the stage is set, controllers charge, we ain't done yet. Lights are on, the stage is set, controllers charge, we ain't done yet. We talked Xbox, now we're back in line, grinding hard past overtime. Feel the rumble, hear the sound. Lights are on, the stage is set, controllers charge, we ain't done yet. We talked Xbox, now we're back in line, grinding hard past overtime. Feel the rumble, hear the sound. The Grindhouse crew is back around. The gaming Grindhouse is back, oh yeah. We keep on grinding, we don't play fair.
Yo, what's up, grinders? Oh man, no, my audio's all over the place. Holy crap. Sorry, I had all different music going on, man. Sorry about that. It was like, first, my music wasn't working. First, the sound wasn't working. I couldn't hear anything. And I'm like, what is going on? And I'm like, I'm looking at all my settings and all this stuff, checking everything. I'm like, what's going on? I can't hear anything. Oh my God, what's going on? 3 minutes up to go. 3 minutes to go. What's going on? Dude, my headset was unplugged from my monocaster. I was like, I did not know what the hell was going on. My headset was unplugged. Then I plugged my headset in, and I heard all the music distorted as it was playing live, and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, maybe it's where the music player and all that stuff. You know what it was? The headset cable wasn't plugged all the way in the headset. Holy Spirit, activate, grinders. Holy Spirit, activate! But welcome to the Gaming Grindhouse. We are grinding those gears this evening. It has been a wild weekend, and my voice is going. I don't know if I'm getting a little tickle in the throat. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to fight through it tonight. We have a special guest possibly coming on. I asked them to come on. Hopefully, Frogs, if you're out there, you know where to be, because Frogs wanted to come on, and I wanted to get him on for this show, because, you know, and we have a trip down memory lane, and I hope he's here for that, because we were there 6-7 years ago. I went back to listen, and not on this channel where other podcasts, and I think I'm going to play it here. I think it's time. That music hitting. That's right. Thank you, Sick. Yeah, that was my hype up. The Gaming Grindhouse is here, because you want to know what? It took me a couple of days to realize that when I listened to what we were saying back then and to what it is now, it really is crazy on what we knew was going to happen. And you want to know what? I'm happy about the Gaming Grindhouse, and I'm happy about the grinders that are coming in here, because you guys have been here, a lot of you, since the beginning. When people called us crazy, people said it's just a fear-mongering, just a complaining, never happy. But we were worried about the brand and what was going to become. That's right, Toxie. See, we got OGs right here, know where we came from, playing Xbox. Yeah, Shot Smooth, man. I saw his video. Yeesh. I remember, man. Told him to change it. Changing it. But anyway, but yeah, the conversations we had, and I say, man, we'll talk about that. But it is crazy, Mr. Tennessee, us in the beginning, and it's just, it's crazy where it is. And again, we got another inkling today where we see, for the last topic, they're trying to do it again. And I don't know how many times Xbox fans need to be rung through the ringer before they wise up and realize that they are being glazed, and they got to get on to some deglazing. And if you want to be deglazed, come here to the Gaming Grindhouse, the house of deglazing.
You're my number one customer.
This is the deglazed house, because we call it the way it is, how we see it. You agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. I'm not telling you this is the future. All I say is what I see and what I think is going to happen. And as a longtime Xbox fan, I'm their worst enemy, because I know more about Xbox ever since the beginning, because I've been through it all. I know all Windows stuff. Listen, I follow it all. And it's crazy how accurate we've been throughout this whole time. The doubts. When everybody's glazing you, saying that this is the future, don't worry about it, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden Bonnie goes firing, Halo's in the gutter, and they go, oh, yeah, I heard about it. Don't you find that it's very interesting how all of a sudden they don't want to be the one to break the bad news, but as soon as the news gets broken by Jason Schreier or a disgruntled employee, they all jump on going, oh, yeah, I've been hearing that too. And it's like, well, where were you for the last year and a half when people like us were complaining and were concerned about these things, and you go on your articles and Twitter campaigns telling everybody that, oh, this is just fanboy copium, hopium, bitchium, whatever the hell they want to call it, and not even acknowledge that, yeah, there is a concern out there that we should at least listen to. Like, you could talk about the good, but also bring up the doubts, just like this ABK deal. You know, it seems like it's good, but this is a lot of money. Maybe there should be some doubts, but the same people didn't give any doubts. They made you think that this was great dive in face first in the shallow end of the pool. Don't worry about what's going to happen. And they did not balance the conversation. And that's why you come here to the Gaming Grindhouse. We talk about both sides of the story. But given the track record of Microsoft and what they have done, it's not very hope with them. And I see right through the glazing. So, hit that subscribe button here at the Gaming Grindhouse. Let's shout out to the grinders coming on in here. We have Gordo P23 with the 5 starting us off. I didn't even put the goal, but I'll count you for the goal here because speaking of bootlegs, I don't know if I was speaking of bootlegs, but the bootleg, we got the bootleg is back. You know, my boyfriend's back. It's like the bootleg is back. The bootleg return song, man. You want to hear this one, so that's our goal. We already got one to it. We're gonna do the bootleg returns song. Will be released at the end of this show. So get it going. We got 9 chats left. There you go. Thank you, Gordo, got us there so far. Here we go. So, and I don't know. I was putting some of these topics together. I'm not sure what we'll get to, and if I'm still gonna separate out the comparison with the Xbox experience of SteamOS. We'll see how it goes, how my voice goes and stuff with that. But let's shout out everybody here. Let's cook with the grinders. We got dogs, and everybody got all different names yet again. We got Josh Ayers 2. Who's Josh Ayers 1? Oh man, Josh, we got X Hawk T. Oh man, he used to be PC Hawk 2, and now he's X Hawk T. Oh, I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on with X Hawk T, but we got Glinza, Matty Beast. We got Habitsu. Yeah, I got all these different names. John Wayne is here. Lunchi. Everybody got all crazy names in here. The YouTube is doing the acts of everybody. Hero Down Under. I like PCX Hawk Tour. Glinza's here. JJ Gamester. BV. I don't know. Some of these grinders, I don't know. LE. Leech. That must be Leech. This is like a test for me. Albert Gouchard. Who's the one that said I was late? Where's that person? I want to see who that is. There he goes. Albert Gouchard it was. He goes, I'm late again. Oh, man. 2 minutes late. Holy shit. Sorry, Albert Gouchard. Made me scramble. JJ Gamester. I spoke to Bootleg Jez on his stream, and he says buying existing publishers is good. And it's hard to make games. Oh, yeah. The Bootleg Glaze, man. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, man. Mouthpiece. Colt out here making PlayStation positive videos. He's trying to pull an MBG and change sides. Oh, man. Colt Eastwood? Nah, man. It's too late. Listen. They are all... We'll talk about it in the fallout of Halo here. But, listen. They're all scrambling right now. Who's lying? Who's talking? 6 Motors, Maniolis. Oh, man. Yo, we're going to have to get all new names down to everybody. Ron MCC. Nah, dude. It's all over the place. Man, oh, man. But I got some good jams for you. Let me get in here over this thing here. And what I've been playing. You want to know what? Speaking of what I've been playing, is I've been playing Test Halo. Ever since the Halo announcement, I jumped on Master Chief Collection. I've been playing it. And you know, played that. I played I played Battlefield again, and I know the DLC's coming out for some Battlefield 6. It's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna get on that. The gaming grind. Maybe we'll do a gaming grind tomorrow night with the new Battlefield DLC. But been jumping onto that, doing Ghosts of Yote, going after my Dionis. It's been, yeah, that game is freaking awesome, man. I get lost in that game so much, man. I just try to do all, I'm like, I want to fight this mission, and I'm like, no, let me go over here. What's this smoke in the distance? What's this thing? What's that? And I'm constantly just getting diverted with Ghost of Yote, man. I'm all over the place. The combat's awesome. Sometimes I wait till night and sneak into the camp. Sometimes I just go in and just want to fight everybody. The dynamic, she has so many weapons in our arsenal and just so cool. Like, they really just kind of, they don't limit you at all. Just go right into it. It's really cool. Until Dawn. By the way, I'm actually playing Until Dawn. Yo, I booted that up too. Yo, it looks damn good. That Until Dawn looks damn good.
You're my number one customer.
The characters look good, but the still the animations look a little weird in Until Dawn. I know that they just they kind of redid it, but the animations do look a little kind of wonky on there. But that was such a good game, and actually, believe it or not, speaking of Until Dawn, and you want a scary movie, Until Dawn on Netflix. I know that the movie got roasted, but for some reason, I wound up watching that movie like 3 times already. I don't know why. Like, I like the movie. I don't know why I like it. Like, I like the concept of it, of like that it kind of it mirrors a whole bunch of different genres of horror in the movie, given that cool twist that it has in it. And I don't know. It was just, for some reason, I'm always just like, yo, I want a game, but I want to watch a scary movie. I just put that movie on. But for horror movies, it's Halloween week, so you know what? Until Dawn was pretty good. I kind of liked it. The movie as well. And the other movie that I watched was kind of whack. Oh my god, and it freaked me out. I didn't like it that much. Is oh, what the hell is it? Let her rise, or bring her back. Oh my god, on HBO. Oh, that movie's horrible. Oh my god, like it's just like, oh, there's some real cringy things in there. So I watch all tons of horror movies, but that movie was just weird as hell. I did not like it. It's all like that mutilation stuff, nastiness. But that one I saw too was a scary movie. And then what was the other scary movie I watched? Yeah, those are a couple of ones I said. Watched 13 Ghosts again. They should redo that one. That was a good movie. Yeah, I didn't see it in the theater. I just watched it on Netflix. But yeah, I've been watching it. For some reason, I just keep putting it back on. It was an interesting movie. I know it got roasted, but it's just a horror movie. It is what it is. And Silent Hill F. No, I didn't even play Silent Hill yet, or Borderlands 4 yet. Those are my two kind of waiting for an opening or sale. Those might be my my December thing. Glinda says that Jez knows Xbox. Of course he knows horror movies. Oh man. That's, you know what? The Xbox is a reality horror show. That's what that is. That's a reality horror show. Oh man. How to Kill a Brand. We'll watch. We'll talk about that. That's what I'm playing. And then I asked the members some questions. So let's see. We got Glinza with a 5. He goes, now they got Halo and PlayStation singing DJ Khaled. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. That's right. Yo, man.
Another one.
That's what they're saying sitting back right now. And then you think about like the Sony situation. It's like, now they know that they got the trifecta of Halo, Gears, and Forza on PlayStation. You got to look like they keep their foot on the gas, man. They better. Because it is, the Giants are a horror show, too. That's right. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Poor Scatterboo, man, too. That's horrible. But, yeah, that's upsetting. Philly got their revenge. It was good while it lasted. We won one game, at least. Yep, I know Ghost of New Orleans. I saw it, man. How convenient. Oh, we'll talk about that. Let's get some member questions. Let's get you guys all cooking. Let's get the fires burning. Let's see, because I asked the members some questions over the weekend, and let's see what the grinders have been asking. Let's see. Here we go. We got some grindhouse questions here. We're gonna start with the grinders first. We're gonna start with some of the grinders because I figured, there's so much going on right now. Why don't we just start off with you, all you? Hit that like button and let's see what you guys have been cooking. The VIPs, the benefit of the VIPs and Ultimate Grinders get to ask questions at the Gaming Grindhouse that we feature here on the show. And let's see what we have. We have Atari Fan 86, one of the VIPs right here. He goes, how has it got to this point with Xbox? I think it's a disgrace as a fan since the OG. They haven't been held more to account. The media should be ashamed of themselves. Well, Atari Fan, you could listen to 6 years of the Gaming Grindhouse, but I'm going to tell you the biggest point of how Xbox got to where it is now. I'm going to tell you right now, it's simple. People will tell you it's the ABK deal. They'll tell you it's Game Pass. They'll tell you it's the console not performing as powerful as it should be. It's the Series S. People will just do all this stuff. You want to know what it is? One word. Actually, maybe I should let somebody else say it.
Gaming.
Games.
You're my number one customer.
That's it. Games. How did Xbox get here? No games. And you can say, well, they've released games and they're releasing games. You know what I'm talking about. High quality, head turning games that they used to do. Like the original Halos, like the original Gears, like what they used to do. Titanfalls, and it wouldn't have to be it didn't even have to be first-party games. It could have been games that they partnered with, like they did with Titanfall. They could have done something like that, like they did with Ninja Gaiden, and make sure that they are premium in quality, not just kind of, let's just get a cash grab. Because I've been playing Ninja Gaiden 4 as well, and it's a quality game, it's good, but man, it is dated. I'm sorry, the graphics, dude, I play that on PC jacked up like as high as possible, and I can show you, like, it don't look that great. It looks like it's from a previous generation. And the people have the nerve to talk about Ghost of Yotei. Go look at Ninja Gaiden 4. Dude, there's boxes there that you crash, you walk into, they move with physics, and then they disappear. Everything disappears. The cones, everything.
Whatever your name is,
it has one movement.
get ready for the big surprise.
Thank you for subscribing to the Gaming Grindhouse. Welcome. But like, it's the weirdest thing. Like everything has one movement. I'll show you. I'll do a live stream and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Ninja Gaiden 4 was quality. That was like premier quality. But it looks antiquated. It looks like Phil started it last gen. Ninja Gaiden Black 2 looks so much better. That's right, King Gut. It doesn't, like, you know, I don't know if I should be downloaded. I should download it while I'm here, but I wanted to just show you what I'm talking about. But again, to answer the question, it's gaming. They took their focus off making great games and making quality games that will bring people to their platform, whether they're and make them exclusive and part of their identity, just like they did with Gears, just like they did with Titanfall. They didn't do it, and they missed the whole Xbox One generation. Yeah, it looks good, but it doesn't look that. It don't. Listen, Ninja Gaiden was a premier graphical showpiece when it was on the original Xbox. Roberto says, stop blaming Phil. Nah, this is the OG Phil Ness, man. Phil's going down with that ship. They could blame remember when they used to blame Terry Myerson? Oh, it was Terry Myerson. Now Phil has a seat at the table next to Satya. Terry Myerson was stopping Phil from spending the money. Terry Myerson. And now it's Amy the Hood. Oh, please. It's everybody. Everybody trying to hold Phil down. Can't hold me down. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, please. Dude's a clown. They're all clowns over there. The whole place is a clown show. Just like Big Booty Bobby, that stupid ass who got the golden parachute, said, you're not a creative company. They're not. I don't know what happened. That's why the Xbox 360, those generations were so nice, because they proved the opposite of what Microsoft was. They were creative. They were smart. They grabbed the games. They listened to the gamers. And we'll talk about this thing, because I want to pull a couple of things that on the last show with Tim Dog was on. Let's get to the next question. But gaming is the biggest thing. They took their mind off the games, and they did this whole glazing of the community and loving each other and signing each other's asses and tattoos and cotton candy and fan fest and sign my ass Phil. And it all became about that, and they were okay with not getting games. And Microsoft was okay with not releasing them because they knew everybody's stacked. So it was a win-win for both of them and a lose-lose for gamers, because they took their eye off of making great games for their platform. And that's why they're here where they are. Now, all of a sudden, they realize they got to sell some games. Now they want to put the best foot forward. Well, too late now. Iconic LX1X, man. He goes, now things have changed. Could you see PlayStation porting PS4 games to the 30 million or so series consoles before around PS6 release? You want to know iconic games? They might. Because now, I was thinking about that. That's a good question, because one of the things I was thinking about, that's right, Steve Jobs even said Dog Zone. That's right. One of the things that I was saying was thinking about was, now think about that Helldivers 2 type thing. Maybe they're trying to reach out to those refugees. They know they're going to have some transitions, and especially the way Microsoft, it sounds like they're going. Console guys and girls just want a console. And if Microsoft is going to make this PC venture and not really focus on bringing everybody's library with them and not being clear on it, and now having Bootleg try to make up some hope and dreams without being very clear about it, I don't know. I do think that Sony does some sort of outreach to try to grab those gamers there, but I think it's just going to happen by attrition. I think that if the libraries are not going to go over there and Halo's going to go over there, I think a lot of people that purchase, and we could go look at the at one of these things here. I'll show you something here. If you look, somebody did a huge poll, and they're like, well, where are you going to be playing Halo? And, you know, this was the Game Awards did it. And it's like, where are you going to be playing the Halo campaign? And over 40% said PlayStation 5. And then 27% not interested. But look at Xbox, the home, and the PC. They don't want anything to do with it. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's their first game. And what's funny is I don't want to use one person as an example, but that Stallion guy, he's the world record holder of the Guinness Book of World Records for Xbox. He was glazed to beyond belief. But he bought a PlayStation and started getting trophies now when Gears Ultimate Remastered, whatever the hell it was, started on PlayStation. He popped this. That's when he got his PlayStation, and then he upgraded to a Pro. And I want to say it's one person, but man, that guy was like, he hated PlayStation. He didn't want anything to do with it. Everything was Xbox. He had 2 million gamer score, world record holder, whatever the hell it was. But it took years for him to buy a PlayStation. I don't know why. And I wouldn't be surprised if Halo, people are not going to buy it on Xbox because they don't know what the future is. They may just pick up a PlayStation and feel at home and play Halo on PlayStation. And that might be their first game. And then from there, then they start playing the Spider-Mans, the Uncharted's, the God of Wars, the Astrobot, the Ghost of Tsushima, the Ghost of Yote, the Last of Us. And that's exactly what happened, Leech. That's exactly what happened. Now, playing all those other games. And you want to know what? It happened to me. When I bought the PlayStation, I just started with one game. Now, I didn't go there for an Xbox game. But that's it. Oh, Ron, I missed the first super chat. Oh, shit, there was a new one? Hold on. DJ Calais. Oh, there you go. Ron, there you go. Sorry, Ron. Ron with the 5. He goes, my birthday week, my exact birthday also, my birthday week, my exact birthday also is the begging of the original of the Halloween movie. Is it, Ron, are you saying that today is your birthday, Ron? Does that mean the Grinder has a birthday to celebrate in the gaming Grindhouse? Well, you know what that means, Ron. There you go. Happy birthday to you. And I gotta get my where's my happy birthdays? Oh my goodness. Did I lose it? Did I lose it?
Happy birthday,
there you go.
Grindhouse. There is no illness here. This is not a rooftop party. Happy birthday, Grindhouse. Now hit that like.
He says it's not his birthday. I played it anyway. There you go. He says it's not his birthday. Friday it was. Well, there's a happy birthday song. Ron, oh man, you want particulars. Oh shit. He's like, no, you played that on my birthday. Friday was my birthday. You missed it. Oh shit, Ron, I'm roasting my ass. Oh shit. I played my happy birthday song and everything. He's like, keep your cake, bitch. I was like, oh. But anyway, there you go. Where are they going to play? They want to play on PlayStation. And again, we'll talk about this Halo Fallout announcement, right? Because the thing is that I think we all can agree. This Gears Ultimate announcement, that Gears Ultimate release, the Halo campaign, come on, grinders. These are all PlayStation announcements. Nobody on Xbox and even PC. These games have been available already. The Master Chief Collection is there. It's beautiful. It's already remastered already. I've been playing it. Halo 2 remastered. Halo 1 remastered. The 10th Anniversary Edition. This is the third remake of the ones. Do you think that this is what the Xbox fans wanted? Do you think this is what these are all PlayStation announcements? Because the Halo campaign is on Halo CE edition was on PC when it came out. Halo 1 was on PC long ago, back when Halo 1 came out. CE edition. It was made actually by Gearbox. Good friend, what's his name? That guy from Borderlands worked on it. He made Halo CE for PC. They had the campaign already. This is a PlayStation announcement. That's why dude wore a PlayStation shirt. That's why they're hyped up bringing these games to PlayStation. That Gears announcement, that's a PlayStation announcement. This was a PlayStation announcement. That's all it is. Randy Pitchford. Thank you, Josh. That's who it is. These are PlayStation announcements. These are not Xbox announcements. These are not even PC announcements. Or Xbox on PC announcements. Or cloud announcements. These are PlayStation announcements. And they're just happening to put it on their other platforms. This is to get the PlayStation dudes on board and dudettes. Got 2 more questions here. We got, it seems the memo sent over the weekend, how Microsoft has gone back to being pro-consumer now that we all know and love, because this is from Craven, what could be more prosumer than releasing your last pillar of identity on a game, on a console? People still buying games frequently. Anyway, what do you think of Jizz Corden saying that the next Xbox is going to have a full power Windows gaming and Peep out there celebrating with the PC? Oh, I got a whole topic on that, Craven. We'll get to that one. But shout out to you for your question. And then Glenn's, I think, is going to follow up. We'll talk about this as the final, as the one of the topics here. The next Xbox Magnus is called very premium high-end experience. So does that make the other Xboxes not premium low-end? They need to check their adjectives. Exactly, Glenn said. Good point there. But those are the gaming grindhouse. But yeah, exactly. That means what you have now is not premium anymore. Listen, they are all over the place. I think we could all agree on here at the gaming grindhouse. It is all just PR talk. It is all just PR talk. And they're doing it again. Like, we're doing it again. The deflection is more hardware. Like, come on, how many times have we seen this before? And now, guess what happens? And we'll talk about the future of Xbox consoles and PC. What's happening, grinders? Are they asking about their games? Their games are being canceled left and right. We're going to revisit this. But Perfect Dark, gone. Everwild, gone. No Hi-Fi Rush. Arcane, gone. They canceled Perfect Dark twice. Contraband. All these games are on their lists. No more. And who knows, the next wave of layoffs may yield more games not coming out. State of Decay 3, who knows where that is? Fable, is it going to make it? Or that's going to be a Fable. We saw more, we didn't even see anything about Fable this whole entire year. You think it's coming out next year? They announced games and showed more. We saw more of Halo campaign that was announced on Friday than we saw of Fable. We saw straight through gameplay of Halo campaign. But we've known about Fable since 2022. And we haven't seen, we saw more with the Halo campaign Evolved we just saw. Think about it. Campaign Evolved wasn't existing. Friday, we saw more gameplay, straight up gameplay of Halo Campaign Evolved than we saw of Fable. New engine and all. Fable, we haven't seen a straight playthrough at all. Think about that. Roadmap is in shambles. The games are in shambles. But let's talk about more hardware. For who? For what? To play what? To do what? You want me to make? You want me to use OneDrive? Is that what the new hardware is about? Like, what is it about? For what? My voice again there. Oh man, Grindhouse. Marvel with the 10. He goes, whoa, what's up, gaming grindhouse? I replayed Halo on my PS5 Slim Ghost of Yote limited edition console. Nice, as you should. Marvelous Marvin. Shout out to you, man. Thank you again. That's right. That's all. And with the dual sense. Adaptive triggers in hand. The call for this with the 5, he goes, Halo, baby, laugh my ass off. We told him for years this was going to happen. Sales matter, dude. Ain't that the truth? It's not about sales. It's about engagement numbers. So it's not about sales anymore. Who cares how many hardware? Yeah. Well, you see how many people skip them? And you see what happens when you don't sell your games. You get here. There you go. Comic Glen says, technically, we heard about that rumor. They were working on Fable in 2018. That's right. It wasn't confirmed until 21. That's right. So, speaking of Halo, since Halo's on our tongues, grinders, I figured it will be a good kind of interlude right here to listen to a gaming grindhouse of the past. I was listening to this, and I was in shock of how the OG grinder, me, held my own and used logic, facts, and my 2 eyeballs and my history of knowledge of Windows. Grinders, we're going to take you back 7 years. Oh, actually, no, not this one. Wait, I got another one. Hold on. Well, yeah, this is 7 years. Let's go to this one. Shout to Tim. This one, Planet Xbox Episode 9. Dude, look at me. I was a Chewbacca. Grinders, I was a Chewbacca. This was my first podcast, and look, Tim Dog was on it. Let's listen to some Grindhouse past.
Yeah. I mean, look at, you know, Rise. Rise is a...
Oh, my God.
franchise.
Rise 2. We should have Rise 3 by now.
And, you know, like, I understand why that's not here because of, you know, that's the problem when you have... you know, second party and third party people make your games.
Contractors.
You know, that's why we don't have another Sunset Overdrive is because, you know, Microsoft helped get the first one off the ground and it looks like they don't want to fund a second one.
Well, it's because people didn't buy the game. You know, if people
But you can't blame the consumers, though. You can't blame us. Just like they're blaming Des for not
No,
okay.
No.
You can never blame the consumers
No,
for
you don't
picking
blame
up the game.
Why not?
Because it's their job to sell it to me. That's it. Their job to make it appealing.
I
to
didn't
sell
buy
it.
Sunset Over. Like,
Okay.
okay, here's the problem. You put a game on the Xbox brand that it's never ever seen and expected to sell.
Let me tell you what. You didn't want Crackdown 1, right? But what happened? They put the Halo 3 beta in it. They made it a desirable game. You got to make the consumer want it. And don't blame me because I didn't buy your game.
It's like, you know, they say, oh, Quantum Break, you know, Recore didn't sell. Recore was made in a year. Don't let these people lie to you.
And they didn't advertise it.
Yeah, Recore was made in a year. If that game had a proper budget behind it, I feel like Recore could have been a very hit out of the best thing they've had.
You want that. And I
great games for it, but they're not.
You want that. And I don't think that they properly still convey to the Xbox fan core that they're going to be all right in that aspect because we know the first party situation. We know what's going on. They have to, to me, it's their last thing they really have to shore up. They have to either hire people, they have to buy studios, they have to have exclusive content for console.
That's why I kind of got upset was that exactly what Tim said, where they didn't bring those games. And you know, and I'm not gonna say Lawbreakers is a great game, but why wasn't that game? Why wasn't Aaron Greenberg banging on that door, Cliffy B, going, "I want this on Xbox, cross-platform PC"? Those are the kind of games our Xbox players want. Like they want multiplayer.
It's hard to get. It's hard to get money for those new IPs if people aren't buying them. Microsoft came out in 2013 with.
One S, like it does do the HDR and it does do the UHD player. Yeah. Okay, upscaling that they mentioned last year is not the same that this thing does. Like they kind of use that 4K upscaling as a way to saying, like, you know, that it has that better HDMI port and it doesn't do 4K upscaling because definitely the games are still it even make a difference. Really, the extra RAM that they put in, even in Digital Foundries, they don't even find it as something as comparing the S to the original Xbox. But you know, my issue with the S is that because of the lack of really games to drive the system sales this holiday that they have, like that only could be playable on an Xbox family. I'm going to call it from now, or the Windows family. But the I think that the bundles that they put together, which that came out too, was that they have the Halo Master Chief and Halo 5 bundle. They have a Rocket League bundle. They have a Mind ones. I don't have confidence that that S is going to sell, and I think that goes along. And shout out to Porter Rock, because he kind of says this too, is that the thing is that the S is not really going to. I don't think the S is really going to carry Xbox this holiday. I think it's the X that is all the people that are just want the power are going to use the X, but I don't think the S has enough. They haven't really done enough for the S to really keep it going.
I think those bundles is going to be enough for the S to do what it needs to be doing.
Yeah,
if they drop it, I think it's going to be a Call of Duty. Okay. They announce all these
bundle. Right? The Star Wars bundle is going to
40 now.
That's going to. The main thing for Microsoft is people
was how the S was so successful. Like,
watch your mouth, man.
It's gonna be fucking Halo expansion. Where's State of K2 is a sequel to an arcade game.
You better watch your mouth, man.
It's gonna be good, but I'm just saying, like, I feel that a lot of us Xbox fans is that what they provide us.
I think you're the minority, man. I think a lot more Xbox fans want.
You know what? I don't care if I'm the minority, because this is how I feel. I feel that we are accepting everything that Microsoft gives us as like, hey, this is what we get, so we gotta say that this is good. I don't like it.
I have never seen anyone just accept it. Everyone has been very vocal this year about the games. Kids, me, what's the number one thing everyone's talked about this year about Microsoft?
Games.
So how are you saying we just accept it? Like, people have been very
the
vocal
4
about
games that they show. Everybody's like, these are the games that keep me here, and those are not enough. Those games suck. They're not.
Okay, you literally have been saying what everyone.
Where's my
saying
fucking Halo expansion? Where's my Gears expansion? Where's my Conquer? Where's my Perfect Dark?
Aren't you the one?
The stupid shirts of Battletoads?
Hold up, aren't you the one that said you don't want just Halo, Gears, and Forza, and now you want them making DLC?
Well, they should have. Well, they should have some DLC. They should have expansions. Expand the world. Let me play something new. Like, let me play something new from those games. But he said that he was going to explore his IP. So what does he do? He gives me. What does he give you? He gives you the Voodoo Vince in 1080p. He gives you Phantom Dust in the same 400 and like not even remastered. But then they remastered Disney Adventure, Connect, all those old Connect games. But meanwhile, they don't support the Connect with the X. They want you to go pay $40 for an adapter. Where are they going with this stuff, man? You know what? They're going to the Windows 10 store. And Xbox.
Oh my God! Again with this Windows shit.
Hey man,
I literally have not seen someone so one-track minded than you in my whole life with this Windows store.
That's it, man. That is the future of Xbox.
I really feel like you feel like that hated stepchild that no one likes, and
that is the future of Xbox. And Xbox.
Oh my God! Again with this Windows shit.
Hey man,
I literally have not seen someone so one-track minded than you in my whole life with this Windows store.
That's it, man. That is the future of Xbox.
I really feel like you feel like that hated stepchild that no one likes, and you're just like, why can't I get with the bigger sister?
They pissed in my cornflakes, and I said it at E3. Whatever the price of the X is shows me where Microsoft is going. And if it's at $500, they could care less about the console competition, and they care more about Windows. And if it's at $400, they
so just because it's $500, they care more about Windows.
Yes.
Explain. I gotta hear this.
Because the Xbox One X is in development, because that is going to be on par with the PC, so that they could have the transition and not have that dichotomy between PC.
But here's my thing: like, if it was all about Windows 10, why even make the X?
Hey, you want me to read exactly? That's the question.
Here come the quotes from the Grindhouse.
If you define the gaming market as console, and that's all that you're focused on, then maybe an important part of the business consideration, Spencer said, about console exclusives driving system sales, I say one of the reasons PC is so strong is because it's an open platform. Though these things like crossplay we're working on to allow people to play games together regardless of where you bought your games. If you're really about trying to drive just a specific device and say, I just look at gaming opportunity all up as a single device opportunity, maybe that's an approach. But we don't see it that way.
You know what's funny?
Hashtag then releases Xbox One X hardware $500.
Okay, first off, that's way too long of a hashtag. Second off,
I'm going to create it.
Second off, you know what's funny about your whole argument? You say they're only focusing on Windows 10, they're putting Xbox to the backbone. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying what they diluted Xbox and to promote Windows.
Hey, kid,
Yeah.
what if they did more updates towards Xbox or Windows 10?
Xbox.
What?
The updates you get for Xbox are tied into fall creators updates and tied into Windows updates. It's not independent of Windows. You get your update with the you got your spring update.
I just don't get your logic. You say that they're really focusing on Windows 10, but they rarely update the store. You're saying they really focus on Windows 10, but every Windows 10 owner says the platform has sucked for the past 8 months. They've never fixed any of it for the most part. I just don't get your logic when it comes to the Windows 10 store. You literally sit around. It's like you sit around in your room and you just look down, you shake back and forth. You're like, why won't they do stuff? Like, I don't get this. Like, what do they need to do for you to feel like they are making a move towards Xbox and not Windows?
An Xbox game.
There's plenty of Xbox games.
No, a game that I only could play on my Xbox.
But you're acting like it's not owned by Microsoft and they have Windows 10.
And what about the Gears of War deal? And when they got that deal, what about the Titanfall deal? All those things. Those were exciting things, right? What deal do you have now? Super Lucky's Tales deal? Super Lucky's Tales, Disney Adventures. Those are the deals that I want to see made when I purchase a console from them. Those are the deals. And let me ask you something else. Why do you think Master Chief Collection is being fixed now? Why do you think that? You think because they care? All of a sudden, people in Halo care.
Also, you think they're putting that on Windows now?
Hell, damn, yeah, they are putting that on Windows.
You think Master Chief Collection is going to Windows because they're doing the Xbox One X update?
Your ass it's going there. Bet your ass it's going to Windows 10. Why would they fix that?
I feel like they would have announced it.
You mean why would they fix it? Why wouldn't they fix it?
We're almost in November. Yeah, fam. They would have announced that by now.
No. They're gonna wait to springtime because guess what, guys?
Man, they can always put Halo 5. They can always put Halo 5 on a Windows 10, and they are upgrading
that on there. Why?
No. You got to build the story.
Explain. No, hold on.
Build a story. Halo 1 and Halo 2 has already been on PC.
Explain to me how every time your logic says that game's going on there just because they're fixing it. Every time they've asked them anything about Halo, they've always sidestepped that. They've never came out and said Halo's coming up for PC, but they'll do everything else. They actually came out and said every Forza game from now on is going to be on PC. Correct? Yes or no?
They did ask him. So they've been trying to get that out of him, and he kind of goes, "Well, if you look at the direction that we're going in, every one of our games will be on both systems on the Windows family." He said it. You know, he not said a Halo specifically, but he does not say no.
Halo 5 came out in 2015.
Why would they fix they're not just giving it enhancements to the Master Chief Collection. They are fixing the multiplayer match.
They needed to fix it.
That's because people
why bother enhancing the game for the X if you're not going to fix it for us to play?
It's not been fixed yet.
So why else enhance the game? Why enhance the game for the X if you're not planning to fix the multiplayer itself? It would be pointless to enhance it if you're not going to fix it.
Because did you see how they're doing it? Spring is a beta, and they're going to try to get feedback.
Oh my God, Spring is a beta.
Yeah, Spring. It's not coming out in spring. Your enhancements are not coming in spring. Spring is when they're going to launch the program, and they're going to wait for feedback back and forth. Bonnie said, this is a very arduous task.
When did the Master Chief come out? 2014.
Well, what?
Oh, then the thing was crashed. And then I come back to it because I don't let it up. But yeah, somebody asked when this was 8 years ago. This was a year before they did announce it for PC. This a year before. So watch when they come back, dude. I was saying it. I said Microsoft does not care about Xbox consoles. 8 years ago, they care more about their PC. And look where we are today. 8 years ago. When was this? It sounds like it could have been yesterday, right? Nah, 8 years ago. And wait, I'm still. I want to let it cook some more because this is exactly like this is the origins of this channel. Because I was done. Because I knew what the hell they were going to do. And I didn't have no insider. I didn't have no connections. I had nothing. All I knew was the way they were moving. And I had quotes. And I knew exactly where they were moving. So this is all like, are you kidding me? This is what they're doing. Because they spent years to try to break away from Windows. And that's all they wanted to do. And when they said, oh, we're fixing Master Chief. After 2 years of that thing was in the gutter, if you remember. And I was like, all of a sudden, they're fixing it. And everybody's like, oh, they're fixing it for the X. Fixing it for the X. They're fixing it because they're getting it ready to put it on PC. And that's exactly what they did.
Saying, yeah, we want crossplay, but my God, when you got Ybarra and Greenberg.
I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but when the podcast was going, like my browser,
Smooth with his technical issues. Yeah, shout out to everybody on this show, man. This is the OG playing Xbox. We had something special here.
Like, so all this conversation you guys were having, I had to jump back into the call and get it. So I missed you at some point. So if you guys can like rewind, like
shout out to everybody on this show.
90 seconds.
They're just gonna have to hold that out. I'm not rewinding.
Well,
this conversation's going nowhere. We're just going to argue this conversation.
Right.
And I've been looking at the chat. Why ain't nobody said anything?
Because I think it's probably like some sort of delay.
Me and Attic always argue. It was awesome.
Yeah, delay between when this happened and never mind, I'm bugging.
All right, so I think they heard that I thought that Master Chief Collection is going to Windows 10.
So you think it's going to PC?
Yes, I think it's a gold mine. I think it's a gold mine. You put that on the Windows 10.
I don't think they're going to focus on that.
Well, aren't they putting like AR? Isn't there some Halo game? Is it AR going to?
Oh yeah, that got an exclusive for those 5 headsets that they released. That got a Halo exclusive.
Almighty said that we heard all that. They heard all that.
Oh, they
heard it. And again, my point is that
shout out to Craig, dude. Yo, it goes on and on and on. We came back to those conversations a couple of times, but man, that was some It was so funny because I knew I talked about, the whole Halo thing and where it was coming from. And I went back to the old Planet Xboxes and, those are good times, man. That was like got my podcasting, my legs going there. And then I was just like, dude, I don't like what Xbox is doing. It grinds my gears. And here we are. Here we are. And every step of the way, what happened? More and more and more. Now they put it on PlayStation. Damn. I should have called it back then, but I wouldn't even think that. Glinza with the 5, he goes, a huge thank you, Jets. Keep this audio because we know those guys buried this with the ET cartridges receipts. Dude, yeah, and again, it really is not to get gotchas for them. It's just that I saw the writing on the wall because of what Phil was saying at the time and what they were doing. And a lot of Xbox fans are like, what are you talking about? Why? And I remember I made this to myself, and I said it in there, was when they announced the Xbox X. Comically inclined, yeah, so I went back on Planet Xbox. Smooth, so after our show, Frog was on it, Merc was on it, Attic was on it. When it did go to PC, Smooth invited me back on, but he had a whole new crew. He had different guys on there and stuff like that. But he invited me back on there, and he was like, yo, I apologize, man. You were right the whole time. And that was one of the other shows. So, yeah, Smooth brought me back on when we all broke up. Like after, when Xbox was kind of in the dumps, it kind of broke up. There was not much to talk about, and Smooth, like, canceled the show. And then tried to bring it back a year or so later. And then when it came back and it went on PC, he brought me back. He's like, yo, do you mind coming on there? I was like, yo. I was in the chat, and he brought me in, and he was like, yo, I gotta say sorry, man. Like, you were right the whole time. Stuff. Yeah, no, it did. But again, I don't want. I'm sorry. It's like I don't care. The main thing is that it's not about how they felt a certain way. And like I said, everybody feels there's going to be different thresholds, right? Of what people feel that they are like. Xbox is not for them. Everybody had their thresholds. Tim Dog was on there. He was saying we were complaining about Xbox as fans, and that's why. The Planet Xbox show was really good because we were just we just spoke about what bothered us and stuff. I was more intense because I was pissed off what Microsoft was doing. Some people like, oh, there's maybe some hope here and things like that. Everybody has a different threshold. That was my threshold. I was like, I see Phil talking. I see this focus on PC. He's not making Xbox exclusive games anymore. I bought this hardware. And then you see Sony's going to bring out, here comes God of War. Here comes Detroit Become Human. Here comes Horizon. And it's like all these games that look great on the PlayStation 4 Pro. And Xbox is sitting here going, we're fixing some old games. We remastered Disney Adventures. And I'm like, what the hell's going on over here? And then the Gaming Grindhouse created. There you go. But no, it is crazy, dude. It was just crazy going back. But I call that Master Chief Collection because I knew that they weren't. And they were like, oh, we're fixing it for the X. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not, Phil Ness. You're not fixing it for the S. I know you're not. But I never thought Halo would be coming to the. You were right. That's right. I know I was right. But again, I don't need flowers or anything like that. I really don't care. The thing is that just to show you guys when I start talking about now, the future, hey, I'm just going based off of, I know Microsoft, I know what they do. Jezmania begins as a Jezmania. That's why he's the bootleg. This is the real one. Yeah, and now Tim Dog's getting it now. But man, I was like, I was getting, you heard, I was getting it back then 8 years ago because that was unheard of. People making those claims and saying that stuff, like you couldn't really be in that community. Like you couldn't be in the Xbox fan community with these kind of criticisms. And I felt like, Phil didn't care. And one of the things that I mentioned in the show was the whole $400 and $500 thing, because at the time, everybody thought that the One X was going to be $400 to compete with the PS4 Pro. But Microsoft came out there and I was like, yo, Phil got laughed off the stage for announcing a $500 console with Kinect. No way does Phil go back out there because he learned, right? No way does Phil come back out there and announce a $500 console on E3 stage again. This thing has to be $400. He learned his lesson. You don't announce a $500 because at the time, a $500 console would have been the most expensive console at the time. And I was like, no way is Phil going to go out there and do 500 again. And I remember everybody thought that the One X was going to be $400 to compete with the PS4 Pro the year before. And then right before, Jeff Keighley leaked that the One X was $400 and everybody went after Jeff going, you're wrong. Why'd you leak this? You're wrong. No way is this $500. No way. Jeff Keighley, you're wrong. And right before the show, it leaked. From Jeff Keighley. He broke the leak that it was a $500 One X. And everybody went at him. Then the E3 show came. Hell yeah. Phil Spencer announces a $500 One X. No launch games. Crackdown may be there. And that's when Crackdown looked horrible. They showed it at the Comic-Con the next week, a month. Major Nelson got laughed off the thing because cars were flying all over the place. And they delayed Crackdown 3. There was nothing to play on the Xbox One except Halo Master Chief Collection and Forza. All your old games played better. No launch. They treated, I showed you the guy flipping and cartwheels, no games. But they announced the hardware again. Just hardware, no software. Play your old games better. And I said, I'm not paying $500 to play my old games again. I want new games. You heard me. I want the new stuff. And that's why I got a PlayStation with that money and never looked back. New stuff abound. And Xbox still stayed jerking around. Oh, now we bought studios. Now we're serious. No games. Wait to E3. Wait to E3. Wait till we buy some studios. Wait till we buy some publishers. Wait. I'm playing all these games now. This is what they do. And my library is still sitting there. I'm at that 100,000 the gamer score. Super Lucky's Tales. That's right, Josh. All that crap. That's what they did. And now we're here. Now we're at the last pillar to fall. Halo went to PlayStation 5. That's it. Craziness, right? A Friday afternoon announcement. One thing I was thinking about over the weekend. I hit that like button, Grinders. Took a little blast from the past there, the Gaming Grindhouse. The Origins. or my origin story, the origin story. One of the things, yes, I saw that. One of the things that popped up, I was thinking about, was this was one of these tweets that I shared, because I was looking at TikTok. No, I was not glazed, Don John. No, that Xbox One event, no. I wasn't glazed. Nope. I moved on from the Xbox One event. I knew that they were just releasing hardware with no games. But one of the things that stood out was what they said, that this event, that this Halo event, right? Which was announced, this Halo event. This could be like the last competitive Halo game. Event, I mean. And they used this event to announce a remaster of the original game. Now let me see if I could find it where it was. I might have bookmarked it. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know if I bookmarked it or I think I shared it out. I'm going back and check. Well, let me see if I could find it on here. Let me see here. No, I don't want to do that. Because I thought I bookmarked it here. Because I wanted to play it. Because there's something that was interesting of what they said.
You're my #1 customer.
No. Oh, but I got Joseph Staten interview, though. Nelson Game with the 5. Love these old ass receipts. They didn't want to hear it. No, they didn't want to hear it. Nobody wanted to hear it. I was spilling it. So, one of the things, oh my God, I had a Phil Ness statement here. Yeah, this is what he was talking about. Oh my God. Anyway, there's so much to go into. No multiplayer. Yeah, you announced this at, so I wish I had the guy's thing of what he said was, what he said it was. But he was like, you know, this could be the last show for Halo Infinite. The last kind of competitive event, because I don't know, what did anybody say anything? Last Halo Championship show ever? I don't know. Did somebody say anything? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so there you go. So there, it is true. So the guy was right. Yeah, look. The last official Halo Championship Series show was October 26th. The event marked the end of the Halo Championship official competition for the Halo Infinite game, which is announced earlier in 2025. So this was the last one. And they used the last one to announce a remake of the first game going to PlayStation. Think about it for Halo fans. They said that at the show, they were not very impressed at all. Yeah, this guy. And this is concerning too. Where is it? I had him right here. Where's the guy? Sorry, I'm scrolling for him. Got the booty face. Here he is. This guy. Is this guy? No, this one.
Just got done playing the Halo CE remake for the second time. I wanted to confirm some of my thoughts from yesterday, and they were confirmed. It's fun because Halo's fun, and it surprisingly does feel like Halo, even though it's on Unreal. But the problem is, to me, it feels like a tech demo of a tech demo, if that makes sense. Like the Unreal problems, like stuttering and texture pop-in. There's so much texture pop-in, cutscenes, new areas, all of it. I think the target audience must really just be people who have never played Halo before. Because aside from the 3 bonus missions they mentioned, which we'll see how those go, right? I don't really see a reason for this remake to exist for already existing Halo fans. So that's probably the move. I don't know. Existing Halo fans, we're going to argue and nitpick over little things constantly between now and release, but to be honest, I don't think that's who this is really prioritizing. But you know, but to be fair though, they did clearly go out of their way to make sure it still felt like Halo despite it being in a different engine. So they did good on that. It felt like Halo. I had to remind myself at several points that this was in Unreal and not Blam anymore or Slipspace. But I was disappointed to see that a lot of things looked like they were just flips, asset flips, like grunts, infinite, needler, infinite, pistol running animation, Halo 5. There is sprinting, by the way. I didn't mind the sprinting. It's exactly like Infinite's, and I didn't mind Infinite sprinting. That's just me. But anyway, yeah, I'll get a bigger video out later that I think is what this game tells us about probably the plan for the franchise as a whole, at least for the next few entries. Because I think I've got it figured out, but you know, whatever. Anyway, that's all I got. In short, the demo is fun. I'm more concerned about performance of the game than anything now. I'm not so worried about faithfulness to the story or lore. That demo played out just like the original Silent Cartographer level, so I'm not really down to the voice lines. Like, I'm not even worried about that. It's really just the game's performance at this point. Anyway, that's all I got.
The game's performance. Wow. Where have we heard that before with a Microsoft game? The glitches, the bugs, the popping, the stutter. Satya is not the only one that stutters over there at Xbox. But here you go. And this is their new engine. And get ready. They're going to take that stutter and that complication working with a new engine, grinders, and get ready. Xbox Series consoles, PC, Windows Store, Steam, PlayStation 5. Wow. That's a lot of optimization to do. That's a lot of optimizing. PlayStation 5 Pro. That's a lot of optimizing for a new engine on something that's a tech demo right now, stuttering, pre-alpha. And he says, reused assets. They took the needle. They took the sprint from one game, the needle from Infinite. They took the guns from Infinite. They took all these things from all these different ones. So, it's not brand new. It's flipped assets in Unreal Engine. Because think about it. It took them, what, 7 years to make Halo Infinite? But Halo Studios was announced, what, last year? Year and a half ago? And they already got a game to talk about? Phil?
Stop! Enough!
Seems like a pretty quick turnaround time for a game, right? Yeah, it was Halo 1, but pretty crazy how they're just quickly getting it out there. And what is the plan? What is the plan? Because, like, this is another thing that I was thinking about in the Halo Fallout saga. What is the plan? Are they going to remake Halo 2? Are they going to redo Halo 3? What are they doing? Just like they did Gears Ultimate. And when you're stopping at the first one, Gears 2 is not playable on PC. Gears 3 is not playable on PC. Are they remaking those, or we're just going to do E-Day? Like, where are these one-off original cash grabs? Because that's what I feel like these things are. These are PlayStation announcement cash grab PlayStations. That's what this is. New franchise, because he said you have a Halo championship. The diehard Halo fans are there, and you just announced a second remake to the first game. They're almost getting as bad as Sony with their remakes. You announced to diehard Halo fans that probably could play that campaign in their sleep. You did a 10-year anniversary, and now you're remastering it again in a tech demo for how Unreal 5 works. That's what it sounded like. But that announcement was for the audience. Know your audience. That was for that audience. That audience never played the Halo campaign before. Dude, they could play it in their sleep. This was a PlayStation announcement. That's what this was. That's why a lot of the Halo community is just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll play it. Like, it is what it is. Not like I never played it before or even saw it remastered before. And what's crazy is, look at this. Actually, here's the remake of it. Like I went back and played the 2011 version. Dude, it looks pretty damn good. Like, yeah, the 26 version looks better. But, like, what's so cool with this one was that you could just flip back and forth with the back button. it wasn't screaming for a remake. Could have done some Halo side missions, new missions, new experiences. But I think, what is the future of Halo? What is the future? Like I said, are they going to remake? Exactly. The anniversary was in Master Chief Collection. And they did 2 in Master Chief Collection. But what is the future of Halo? Are they going to do 2 with the Unreal Engine? Are they going to do 3 with the Unreal Engine? That would be great. Because they never did anything with the Halo 3. They skipped over the Halo 10th anniversary. That was another thing that pissed me off. Because that was around the same time I was on that podcast. And I'm like, they did nothing for Halo 3. They did nothing. They said, tweet, congratulations. No remaster. I'm like, how do you remaster 1 and 2 and not 3? Because they were focusing on Infinite. But what about Gears? You doing remasters of Gears 2 and 3? And come back to Halo. What is the future of Halo? If you played Infinite, and spoilers for who didn't, there's a new Cortana, there's bootleg Joel, the whole storyline that they built up for Halo 5, and over, like Atriox. What about Atreus? Atriox. He was the main villain in Halo Infinite. Why are you introducing people back to a story that you killed off? Like I said, I'm a real big Halo fan. Halo Infinite story was dog shit. Fernando was the best thing. Fernando! There goes my voice. But what are you doing? You killed off Cortana. She dead. They reincarnated her with that bootleg Cortana. Bootleg Joel is there as Fernando. And Master Chief is on some ring trying to fight Atriox and the Brutes. Atriox and the Brutes. Just like Gears ended with Kate's story. The grandma is the queen. And she's getting possessed. We're going back to E-Day. Like, where's the continuation of these stories? You should have released the Atriox prequel. Maybe, like, what Atriox did to build up. Like, what happens to the Infinite campaign story? What happens to Gears' story? You're going back. Because they're trying to cash grab and going back to grab the PlayStation 5 audience. That's what they're doing. But how do you grab the PlayStation 5 audience with Halo 1, and then do you continue it with Halo 2 and Halo 3, or you just say Halo 1 and now here's Halo 6 or Halo 7, Halo Wars 3? Like, what do you like? That's why I feel like these are very short-term cash grabs, because they do not fit in what they're doing. Like, are they scrapping the story to Infinite? Because Atriox, they'll build them. You never fought Atriox at all. Like, you fought him in the beginning, and then he kicked you to the curb, and you're floating in space, and Bootleg found you. And then Bootleg's flying you around this new Halo ring. And Atriox, you're fighting Brutes the whole time. People are going to be like, Brutes don't even show up until Halo 2. And even then, you fight them at the end of Halo 2. They're the main enemy in Halo 3. But Cortana, her whole thing with the Guardians, and she went rogue and all the stuff that they teased, dude, they killed it. So what is the plan here? It doesn't sound like there's a long-term plan. Like, oh, let's do an Atriox prequel. Why are they going back E-Day prequel for Gears? Like, I'm just going Gears and Halo. Why were there just remasters of the first game? Are they going to do the second game next year? I don't know. But it doesn't fit to where the franchise has been going. Because this is not a prequel. This is the first campaign. This is when you first get introduced to what the Halo ring is. That's the first game. The second game, you find out there's a second Halo ring. Delta Halo, whatever it is. And you play with the Arbiter and all that other stuff. And then Halo 3 finished the fight because everybody's trying to find and you find out there's a whole bunch of rings at the end of 2. And then at 3, you got to go to the Ark. And the Ark is, where's the Ark? The Ark is the thing that activates the rings that kills humanity. They wanted to eradicate the flood. They find out that the Ark is on Earth. Finish the fight. The big fight on Earth. Never really happened. I was a little disappointed. But that's where everybody was going at the end of 2. Cliffhanger ending on 2. How are you going to take along this new audience to the Halo campaign? You know, you should have, if you were going to continue Infinite story, then you would just say, hey, Halo Infinite is coming to PlayStation 5 and continue the story from there. But you're going back to the beginning, back to the good games, the good Gears of War, the good Halo, the things that started it all. But I really hope they continue it because I want to see Gears. I want to see Halo 2 in Unreal. I want to see Halo 3 in Unreal. Definitely. Halo 3 never got a remake. But right now, who knows if Xbox will even be there to fund those games the way things are going. And that's why I feel like they got this Halo Studios. They renamed them in a year and a half. They're dropping a Halo Original at the last championship. That's the last Halo championship game for Infinite. This wasn't Halo Master Chief Champion. This was Halo Infinite. A new story. New Cortana. Bootleg Joel. I don't know. It's just as a fan of the stories of both these games and seeing that they're introducing it to PlayStation, they're giving it that PlayStation glaze. Are they going to continue this? Because they didn't even continue it on their own console. They did Gears 1 Ultimate. They never did Gears 2 Ultimate. They never did Gears 3 Ultimate. They never did Halo 3 Anniversary Upgrade. They never did Halo 4 Anniversary Upgrade. They never did Halo Reach Anniversary Upgrade. They stopped it. They did the first 2 games for Halo, and then they stopped it. And now they're doing it again. So it feels to me, while it's great, it does feel like a PlayStation cash grab. Get your money, get it now, get it quick. DJH32 with the 2, he goes, Xbox is short term at this moment. They need profit quick. And that's exactly my point. That's what I feel like this is. Short term, short wins. Small wins to big, short wins, big money. Forza Horizon 5 was that. Gears, I guess, was that. I don't think Gears really blew up on PlayStation. Because it was so antiquated. But more of the fallout here. Dude, it's been crazy. And tell me again how Microsoft's vision of, putting our games everywhere and everybody loves an Xbox. Yo, the amount of Walmart, GameStop, the president, national security, the Pentagon, the amount of people that are just really commenting on this stuff shows that this really was the end of days. GameStop declares the console war's over. Whereas the past 2 decades, the global community has been engaged in increasing petty conflict known as the console wars. It said the original 2000s, the release of Halo Combat Evolved as an Xbox exclusive title. Halo Campaign Evolved is officially coming to PlayStation with cross-platform play. Therefore, acting on the authority of neutral entity, the World Retail of Gaming Trade Destination official cessation of the console wars. All claims to be exclusivity are hereby dissolved. Console loyalists are instructed to cease hostiles, disband militias, and enjoy the new era of gaming. GameStop will continue to operate in demilitarized zone. Yeah, but they're not selling your games. You're not selling Xbox games anymore. Here's another little tidbit. Bungie wanted to do an official Halo collab for the 30th anniversary, and 343 said no. How the tables have turned. They want to see if Bungie wants to do a collaboration with Halo coming to PlayStation. Hey, Bungie got their own problems, dude. And then you see, like I said, a PlayStation announcement. Where are you going to be playing it? I'm playing on... A lot of people are not interested because it is old. Laura Fryer. Cooking with oil. She had something to say about this. Great question of my latest video. Considering your experience in the industry and some concrete moves that the Xbox could make to turn the ship around. She goes, me. Xbox can win by delivering great games and putting players first. At Friday's Halo World Championship, they announced a Halo Combat Evolved remake for 26. The fans were excited. They wanted to love it, but they were scared due to past letdowns. If Xbox gets it right, the fans will show up. Then Daniel Camillo says, in the last 2 to 3 years, Microsoft Xbox once again lost sight of the golden rule. Content is king. Somebody asked a question in the Gaming Grindhouse. The games. The whole this is an Xbox marketing and promoting cloud solutions and whatnot ultimately says nothing towards what gamers actually care about and want, the games. And Laura says, yes, content is king, always has been. So Grinders, what do you make out of that? Content is king, but they don't have any content for their brand anymore. They don't. And that's what I was saying on Friday. What is the future of Xbox? Like, what is the future? What is it? How does this bring people into Xbox's console, which we'll talk about, their services, their cloud, their accessories? Like, what? How does this do that? You're basically putting all your goods on other things. And then on some of those things, you're even calling that an Xbox, making people feel comfortable and eased inside. How does this bring any stuff to you? Oh, the 30% they get. Really? Really? So they turned like into EA. So they're going to survive. They have a store where people, they have a platform where people pay to play online, subscribe to play Call of Duty, NBA 2K, GTA Online. They pay them money. They have a storefront where they make 100% of their stuff. Plus, they make percentages on other people's third-party content. And they're willing to let all that go for 30% of somebody else, for a part of somebody else's store. And they don't even need their hardware that they could kind of get you into there. That's the whole thing. They subsidize their hardware because you're going to buy from their store. And if they're so strapped for money, you think that collecting pennies from other people's storefronts is going to get them back in the limelight again? When they're promoting stuff that could bypass their entire ecosystem entirely, like the ROG Ally X. What, Phil?
Xbox hardware.
Our Xbox. Well, guess what happens? You could buy that Xbox and you don't have to do anything Xbox about it. You could take that thing, boot up Steam Big Picture, and buy everything from Steam. Buy everything from Epic Store. You could install Steam OS and Bazite. The only thing Xbox about it is the button that's on it that doesn't even do anything. How does that seem like a good future for this brand? And then on top of that, it's not even like you bring games or things that you make to your platform that people are like, hey, I can't play this over here. I got to go and get it on Game Pass. I got to go get it on an Xbox device. Nope. You don't even create that. So what is the future? What is their plan? I don't know, man. I have no clue. My prediction, if you want to think about you want to think about it, and you want to know what's funny is, look, I don't have to go far to show you some receipts of this. Everything that they post, Xbox. First off, you could see an example how games don't do the talking. They have Outer Worlds 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Keeper. Do you think announcing Halo going to PlayStation 5 when those games are releasing was probably the best bet to promote those games, to overshine those games releasing? You think that was the smartest time to do that? You released 3 games in a matter of 3 weeks, back to back to back. One overcame the other one. Keeper got destroyed by Ninja Gaiden reviews. Ninja Gaiden reviews now are getting flooded by Outer Worlds 2 reviews. And all of it has gotten just put under the rug because of this Halo 5, this Halo announcement. Again, not about the games, more about Microsoft's vision. But look at this. The hate runs deep. Xbox, take out your enemies in style, no matter what. They're promoting Ninja Gaiden 4, a quick action, challenging game on harder levels, to play it on a touchscreen phone. Is it about the games? Is it about the games? Or is it more about the where message? Does this say, I can't wait to play Ninja Gaiden? Microsoft, Phil went to Japan to get Ninja Gaiden? Is that the focus of this marketing from them? Or it's more of like the where. Look, you could play this on a phone. Now, as a gamer, nobody wants to play a Ninja Gaiden 4 on a phone with touchscreen. That is a phone. That's a phone. Nobody wants to do that. The disconnect is real. So get ready. What do you think the gamers are going to say? You show a Ninja Gaiden on a phone. But it's more about, this is an Xbox. That's the most important thing. Not the games. The games don't care about the games. They care about where you're playing your games. See, Microsoft cares where you play your games. We don't. We just want to play the games. And then we'll find out where. It's a phone. They call it an Xbox, Angel. That's what it is. It's a phone. Ninja Gaiden 4. Is that the first thing you want to play? That complicated game. Let's see. Smooth dancing. Yep. You betrayed your loyal Xbox customers. They're going to study this marketing strategy in schools in a couple of years for how mind-boggling it is. Never give you assholes any money ever again. Been an Xbox gamer since 2001, but fuck you assholes. Xbox has no identity, and you guys shat on your legacy. The prophets have betrayed us. No, Xbox, I'll play this game on my console, in my living room, in my house. I'm an adult with a job and responsibilities. I don't have time, nor do I want to play on my phone anywhere because I'm probably doing something in the real world. Get a grip. And this is like all this stuff going on here with all these things. People just continue to roast them. And here you go. Look how funny this is. LOL. Ninja Gaiden 4 standard. This title is not cloud playable and can't even be supported on the Xbox Cloud. You can't even play it on the phone.
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer, baby, let's go! Yes! Yes! Yes!
Yes! Oh, and second us too. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, like a Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Star Ratchet 2, Ground, Shroom and Doom. 'Cause they're all on Game Pass. Among Us, The Ascent, and more. On Game
What a fail. What a fail. It's not even cloud playable. This is an Xbox. Like, do you see, like what's going on? No, my phone is not an Xbox. You're killing my brand that I once defended and loved so much. It's not the hardware or the content that's the problem. It's the management and marketing. Xbox is an incredible console. I love it, but it's being guided by the wrong people. The situation of Xbox is so bad that it started begging PlayStation to publish Halo on it. Do you see the motif of how Xbox is treated now, dude, in the media? Nothing makes Xbox special now. Everything is an Xbox killed the brand and what made it special. Thank you. Dude, bye-bye losers of PlayStation. The way Xbox neglects their hardware will be studied. Xbox with the Sega sign. This is an Xbox with the PlayStation. Please work with Sony to bring us games like Spider-Man to Xbox. Playing N64 over the cloud touchscreen sounds like... Playing Ninja Gaiden over the cloud touchscreen sounds like torture. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Unless you have a Switch, in which case it's not an Xbox. Wonder if Game Pass will come to PlayStation 5. You've lost your way just like you did with Halo. PlayStation 2 Combat Evolved. This marketing is so confusing. Cancel Game Pass. Do you see? This is an Xbox refrigerator. Xbox marketing is the worst I've ever seen. My enemies are my backlog. Literally no reason to own an Xbox again. Let's get it. My PlayStation 5 is an Xbox. Like, are these all ponies? I don't think so. Crazy how you killed Xbox with this pathetic cloud gaming shit. 5 years tops. Xbox is a complete embarrassment now. Dead brand, you crooks lied to me. Game looks intense, ready to fight. Amazon Luna platform is better than your service. Shame on you. You're streaming Ninja Gaiden on a phone through cloud. Who's in charge of the marketing campaign? Cancel Game Pass. Everything has become an Xbox except the Series X, but you can do no cloud play, but you can only cloud play, which still sucks in 25. At least the PS5 is now an Xbox. Yo. Shame on you. For those who bought a Series console, I'm sorry, honestly. But hey, at least you bought it early so you don't have to deal with that increasing price. Why would I want to play this on my phone? And what's crazy is that you can't even play the game on the phone. It's not even cloud enabled, which is another head scratcher. This is a first party game that Phil went out there. Ninja Gaiden is not cloud enabled. There's no chance the cloud can support Ninja Gaiden anyway. It's way too fast. You see? And this is the way it goes. Let me just double check here. That person said it wasn't cloud enabled. Let's see. It should be cloud. Oh my God. I clicked on the link. Yo, that's crazy. I clicked on this link. Ninja Gaiden 4 is available now. I clicked on this link. Watch this. Watch this. You think it takes you to the game? Grinders. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this takes you to the game. Ninja Gaiden is available now. I thought this would take me to the Ninja Gaiden link. You want to see where it takes you? Watch this. It takes you to the Xbox Phil Ness page. It doesn't even take you to the game. Like, come on. Like, really? I thought I was going to click on this and it's going to take me to Ninja Gaiden. Nope. It takes you to their play Xbox across devices. This bullshit. Because that's the message. It's not about the game. It's about where you play. Look. And that's exactly where the link takes you. Where you could play. Doesn't take you to Ninja Gaiden at all. Ninja Gaiden is available now. Okay. Play Xbox across devices. They're done. Their messaging has killed them. And the Halo just dug their hole. Yeah. I know, J-Rain. Like, yeah, I showed my video from 8 years ago. Went on the podcast where I said it's all they care about more about PC. Well, look at that. Ninja Gaiden's available now. Does it take you anywhere? Nope. Takes you right to where to play your games, not Ninja Gaiden itself. There's an example right there. Shout out to Michael Reading with the VIPs. 5 VIPs.
Sir, do we get the win this time?
Oh, yeah, we're winning. We're winning. Shout out to you, man. Thank you. I got to add him to the Grindhouse. Grindhouse wall. My throat. Throat hurts. We need a Phil Ness goat in here, don't we? There's Phil Spencer. Go say hi to him. That's where it takes you. Ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. What a joke. What a joke. Let's hear what Digital Foundry has to say about an Xbox.
I think it is still, the Xbox is still what the original Xbox was. And I think Microsoft is kind of like Jake says here, trying to do this transition period where they don't piss everyone off immediately by saying we're leaving and our Xbox isn't actually an Xbox, like, you know?
You know, it shouldn't, you know, an Xbox should present as an Xbox, not as a Windows PC. What is an Xbox at this point?
Well, I think it is still, the Xbox is still what the original Xbox was. And I think Microsoft is kind of like Jake.
Yeah. Don't you realize, like, and it was the same thing that hurt them with the ROG Ally. The same thing that hurt them with the ROG Ally was why they called that an Xbox when it didn't play Xbox games. And the Xbox experience is horrible. So what's crazy is that the Xbox marketing is actually killing all their announcements. It's killing all their game releases to get notoriety because nobody's talking about the games. Nobody's talking about Ninja Gaiden, Outer Worlds 2. You have people trying to drop reviews, but it's just getting thrown in the mix of this campaign and a Halo going to PlayStation. It's like, dude, why would you do this to yourself? Why would you do that? Brad Sams, keep trying to find Phil Xbox called first-party hardware for the next-gen console. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that now. And then this. Not only did they announce Halo going to PlayStation, but Brian Gerard, the community manager, didn't say this is just a test of Halo. No. He said it's a huge deal. It's a long time coming, and we're super excited to welcome even more players to the franchise we love, to fall in love with Halo the same way we did 24 years ago. As a community guy, I know Halo community is super excited to welcome in their friends. It's going to mean more Halo for everyone. It's really a new era. Halo is on PlayStation going forward, starting with Halo Campaign Evolve. Like Band-Aid rip off. It's...
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Like,
activate.
It wasn't like, you know, it's a test. We're going to try this out, see how it goes. Like, you know, just talk about just this game. Dude put it all out on the table. He said Halo is on PlayStation going forward. No lube. Homeland Security says, finish this fight, destroy the flood. It is insane. The White House tweeted this out. What world are we living in here? But you had this guy here. We'll get this Shaggy. Let's hear Phil.
Because that's what I just think it's fair. So obviously I can't sit here and say every Bethesda game is exclusive because we know that's not true. There's contractual obligations that we're going to see through, as we always do in every one of these instances. we have games that exist on other platforms, and we're going to go support those games on the platforms they're on. There's communities of players. We love those communities, and we'll continue to invest in them. And even in the future, there might be things that have either contractual things or legacy on different platforms that we'll go do. But if we're an Xbox customer, the thing I want you to know is this is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists. And that's our goal. That's why we're doing this. That's the root of this partnership that we're building, and the creative capability we will be able to bring to market for our Xbox customers. It's going to be the best it's ever been for Xbox after we're done here.
Oof. Oh, man.
Xbox no, Phil yes. Well,
this is what I mean, man.
For that box is our brand.
Man, oh man, this guy. And don't blame him. Oh yeah, I'm blaming Amy in the Hood for this one. Amy the Hood. Terry Myerson's fault. Dude. This man, he outglazed himself. He must have lied to us. He must have lied to Satya that he could do this. And he fell flat on his face. Redfall, Starfield, Halo Infinite. You know, it wasn't Amy the Hood that said, let's go put out Craig. Phil said that's on him. He saw that and said there was nothing wrong with it and showed it anyway. He was okay with Redfall being 30 frames. He's like, all right, well, yeah, put it out there. Even though they had IGN showing it at 60 frames. He said that was on him. That wasn't Satya. That wasn't Amy in the Hood. That was his bad judgment. Because all he cared about was proving, just like they just care about the where, all he cared about was proving that Game Pass could work. And in order to do that, he had to get content out there. Content that wasn't ready. Starfield as well. That's right. Starfield was 30 frames. Hellblade 2 was 30 frames at launch. Didn't learn his lesson there. Artist Vision, year later at 60 frames on the same hardware. Makes no sense. Amy the Hood is a comic villain. I'm telling you, it's his decisions because he wasn't focused on delivering great games. He says it right here. I have his whole thing. Like, he's not focused on making great games because it's not going to do anything.
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way.
And what always got me with that quote from him, hit that like button, over 200 people in here. You know, what always got me with that quote was when he said, if we go off and build great games. And I'm like, I've always came back to that point, and it kind of gets me under my skin where it's like, what do you mean if we go off? Shouldn't you be making great games? Like, we're making great games. Whether they hit or not is something else. But he's like, he makes it sound like it's something that they're not doing. Like, oh, if we go off and make great games. Like, what do you mean you go off? Isn't that what you're doing every single day? Isn't that what Booty's job is? To ensure these studios are producing great games for the customer? Why are you acting like if you went off, like it's off your beaten path? If we go off and make great games.
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games.
We go off and build great games. I always thought that part was so strange. Like, shouldn't you, like, no, we're building great games. But great games might not turn around the console world, but we're going to ensure quality in our service. Like, wouldn't that what you say? But if I came off to you, it's like, yeah, if I go off and make this, it's like, well, wait a second. If you're saying the words go off, that means that's not on your path. That's a diversion. So you mean that you are making great games is something that's off your path? That's something not in your future? That's not what you're currently doing? If we go off and make great games, what do you mean you go off? And that's been the problem. Great games weren't in his vocabulary. Games became content for Game Pass to prove to Satya that Game Pass works. And when the games weren't moving anything, like Starfield, the big bet, then he thought bigger. If we put Call of Duty in Game Pass, that will move mountains. Year later, no, it didn't. Because people won't go off and subscribe for games that they would just buy. See, Phil, how I play those words against you? People won't just go off and subscribe to their games when they traditionally just buy them. So, you were off in your assumption that you thought gamers will just go where the brightest light is, and they don't. Gamers are a creature of habit. And they don't like their shit messed with. That's why you're going to see and learn the hard way about this is an Xbox, because that has backfired. And it's more of like, this is a nut shot, because that's exactly what you're getting.
I have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go. You're going to love my nuts. Watch this.
They got this is an Xbox campaign now for a year now, has been the counter to, has been their ending. Because it diluted the brand exactly. And now they don't have anything left. That's like, everything's an Xbox. All right, that means nothing's an Xbox and everything is shit. But it's interesting is, one of the things, just to come back from that quote that I just wanted to bring up here. Shout out to Sick Humor. He did a 7-hour podcast, I think, on Saturday. I couldn't believe it. He played my Gaming Grindhouse song. By the way, how do we not do that? Let's take a little interlude, Grinders. Did you see the Gaming Grindhouse song that was released to everybody? As we close the Halo topic here, we got to close it with a bang, Grinders. It was released on Saturday for everybody. Oh, man. Here it is. Grinders, you didn't see this? We're going to do a little, hit that like button, Grinders. We got some cooking to do. Look at this. Gaming Grindhouse music.
Controllers click, click like a heartbeat. Couch throne feels like a front row seat. Pixel dreams on a flat screen stage. PS5 or Xbox in this digital age. PlayStation got your Xbox games. Halo, Gears, and Forza. Ain't it a shame? Halo, Gears, and Forza. Ha ha. We claim. PlayStation got your Xbox games. Trigger fingers quick, no cheat codes here. Battlefield's buzzing, we got no fear. Dual sense magic in the palms of kings. Xbox try, but it just don't sting. Crosswise in the console fight. Which side owns the neon night? PlayStation got your Xbox games. Halo, Gears, and Forza, it's all the same. Halo, Gears, and Forza, ha ha, we reign. PlayStation got your Xbox games. You call it a war, but it's all just fun. In this game of pixels, we all have fun. Achievements unlocked, trophies in hand. We're just players in a virtual land. PlayStation got your Xbox game. Halo, Gears, and Forza. Xbox game. Halo, Gears, and Forza. Xbox game. Great thing. PlayStation got your Xbox games.
Whoa, wait. Whoa, what? We got him?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Grinders, you're in for a special treat here with the Halo. Holy crap, I can't believe it. Oh my God. Hit that friggin' like button. I can't believe it. Stop the music. Stop the friggin' music. No way. He is here? I'm just getting a notice. Hold on. What? Oh my God, I thought he was so busy. Really? Grinders, you're in for a special. We got a special person here. Oh my God, I never thought he'll come back here to the Gaming Grindhouse. Have you been here before? He's been here, but I can't believe he's here again.
This is Mr. Chief. It has been a long time since I've been on this show. But I figure now is probably the best time to be here. My goodness, finally, I'm liberated. You know, this gaming grindhouse was very special to me. It's where it first showed up. But now I'm here. There's the chief. And I have a new platform. The PlayStation 5. Incredible. For all these years, I was strapped down to my skivvies. They showed like ass on Paramount Plus. They took off my helmet. And I stayed strong with Xbox Screen. But I said enough. I need a new home. I need a home that will value Master Chief. And that home is PlayStation. So finally, I'm in a place where I belong. And you know what? I always liked the blue. A ton of this blue. Blue is my favorite color. I never liked green. I always liked the blue. And now, my new home is the PlayStation 5. And Grindhouse, I'm gonna leave you with this message. Skeletons never die. They just need a new console. And for me, I have a new home on the PlayStation 5. Chief out. Good night, grinders. I'll see you on the other side.
I'm speechless. I can't believe he's here. I could not believe that we had Master Chief, the Master Chief. He heard my song and he's like, I gotta come on the show. My goodness. Well, there he is, Master Chief. You heard it here first, everybody. Master Chief always loved blue. He always loved blue. Katana was blue. That was his love. He always loved that blue. And now his new home is blue. But I'm glad that Master Chief made it here to Gaming Grindhouse to reveal that exclusive content right there. So please hit that like button. Nobody else got Master Chief on their show except the Gaming Grindhouse. That was an exclusive right there. I was able to get him in here. Optimus Cheeks. he's returning. He's on the PlayStation. He's returning. Oh man, that's a Gaming Grindhouse exclusive right there. Master Chief came to the Grindhouse. My goodness, my goodness. All right, I know Crooked Vulture. We're growing. We have no problem. I get these incredible guests on there. Incredible. Mark Cerny came here. David Covey himself. Mark Cerny. Master Chief. It is insane. Arnold. They all show up here at the Gaming Grindhouse. This is what they do. This is what we do. We cooking. That's right. Well, let's jump to, since my throat is really hurting. Master Chief hurt my throat. Master Chief, I was so excited when he came in on screen. But let's go to the last thing. Well, I'm gonna do the experience and the Steam OS. I got those things set up. We'll do the Jim Ryan. That's right, Jim Ryan. Oh man. But we're gonna go to the final one. So let me edit this the topics here. Let's go to, because I wanted to really touch on this one because this is the hot news there, and that Xbox experience will do. But the future Xbox is a PC. So conveniently, the we have Bootleg Jez. I know, right? Because I want to do a Game and Grind too later this week. I don't lose my voice on here. But one of the things, conveniently, after the hell of a weekend with the Friday announcement. Yours truly. Here he comes. We need his intro music. Ryan, we need his intro music. Yours truly showed up. Here he is. And just by the way, Bootleg has to do his pop-up here. The latest news reviews for Windows and Xbox diehards, by the way. The Les article. 12 hours ago, this morning. Wow, how convenient. And what is it about? About the Halo news? It's about Halo and the future of Halo franchise, and what does this mean that all the future games are coming to PlayStation? What's Halo running on the Unreal Engine? Now we found out why they changed their name to Halo Studios, because they went multi-platform with Halo. No, we need damage control. We need to deflect and defend from the Xbox Discord, just like they did to Laura Fryer.
Dusty Ben and Tom Warren fighting Laura Fryer, but she cooking them both as these clowns do not know where to go. This is not
deflect.
Xbox. These are clowns.
So we got to deflect. We got to take the attention off of Halo, take the attention off all the games. We got to talk about more hardware. You know, the thing that they're not putting in their stores anymore. You know, the thing that they can't sell. The thing that they keep increasing the price to, and nobody wants it, and there's this ultimate hate with the brand and increasing their prices. You want to know what we do to deflect? Let's glaze them up again. Let's talk about more hardware. Grinders, don't you feel the like the Matrix? We're doing this again. They want to get out of this generation again so bad. They want to get out of the generation so fucking bad. They're like, get me out of here. The generation's over, Sony. You want next generation? We coming. They want to get out of the generation again, just like the Xbox One. Oh, next gen. The incumbent always loses. So what do they do again? Let's talk about the next console, the future. Let's get out of this generation again. Deja vu. How many times they thought the handheld was going to be getting out of this generation? But no, we got to do it. We got to get out. We got to get out. We lost. It's over. We got to get out of the generation. And now what do? Deflect. Oh, yeah, but we suck now. But the future for Xbox looks so ambitious. What? Who's lining up for more hardware from Microsoft for gaming, and it's a Windows device, a Windows PC? Who? They don't even want to buy the custom Xbox gaming hardware. But now they're going to line up for a Windows-powered system? Hey, McFly, let me tell you something. There's an Xbox right now, PC right now. They're all over the place. You don't need to wait for the new one. You could go buy a Windows-powered machine and play games on it right this second. So what are you waiting for? Oh, because Phil has to give his blessing? Xbox ambitious new hardware. Well, pulling out of this article, here we go. I want to know how much of this is, using his own words, fanboy copium, when they were wishing for Xbox games on PlayStation. Hopium of fanboys. I want to know how much of this article is hopium, because Microsoft has yet to say what exactly they're doing. Now, one of the big things here is something we already know, and I'm not going to read his whole entire thing, but basically, this experience of the Xbox Ally is hinted at. We saw Sarah Bond's quote. Again, we're using these glazing quotes from marketing Sarah Bond and Phil to determine, like, oh, well, Sarah Bond says that, yes, the ROG Ally is a hint to our future thing. Really? So let's take those words and go. Combine the public statements and information from our sources. Yeah. Okay. The same sources that told you that the games weren't coming to PlayStation? Are those the same sources you got bootleg? Those same sources telling you? Listen, I'm convinced that his sources are Microsoft PR hats that want to get out a message through subliminal messaging and alternate markets. Like, that's what they want to do. They use him for that stuff. They're not telling him the inside scoops of how shitty everything is. No. They'll tell him what they want him to publish. Because look at the timing of this. Oh. Phil said this in June.
Xbox hardware.
He called it their hardware in June. Why are we getting an article like this that the future is PC? Phil just called a handheld ran by PC their hardware. Why is this something so shocking that needs to be come out on a Monday? Because Sarah Bond said it's going to be a premium experience? Hell, that's what she said about the Xbox One X Ally. Like, didn't we just do this 2 weeks ago? You got a picture of it right here. And what is the worst part about it? The Xbox experience, because it's not a console. It's not a Windows device. And I'm going to explore this to show that, yet again, like Grindhouse of 8 years ago, I'm going to call it the way it is. What do we know about the next-gen Microsoft? A curated Windows PC. Who's curating it? Who's curating this? Who? Sarah Bond? Phil Spencer? AI? Who's determining what I'm seeing? Is it AI? Is it? Who knows? Why is it curated if it's an open market? Are they selecting things from their storefronts? Are they selecting things from that? How does this work? So he goes, Phil Spencer's been teasing for years, next gen. Last week, Phil Spencer said people should look at the Ally for an idea of where Xbox is heading. Well, the Xbox part of the ROG Ally is what people hated about it. We did a whole video on it. The Xbox experience is like alpha. It's horrible. It just turns off the dashboard. It turns off the taskbar. It doesn't separate boot up Windows. It boots Windows up, but it just turns off the startup apps. And it doesn't increase performance of the games like they claimed it did. Yeah, it frees up some RAM, but it doesn't affect the power state of Windows to effectively run games. This has all been proven in the last 2 weeks. Where have you been, bootleg? So the Xbox experience on the handheld has been a fail. And what's crazy is they've been hyping that up since January. I've done cover that as well. And it's still not ready. Tom Warren started with this is an Xbox and then said in his review, this is not an Xbox. Even with the button. So, let's continue to bootleg. We're 100%, and this is what he gets. Again, these are just extravagant general quotes from marketing Sarah Bond. We are 100% looking at making things in the future. We have our next-gen hardware in development. We've been looking at prototyping and designing and have found a partnership we announced with A&D around it, so that is coming. Okay. What does that say? The full screen experience, we know the full screen experience. But he's saying now, what we're seeing with the ROG Ally and stuff is not what we're going to see with the Xbox console. And this is where I'm like, where is this? Like, what? So he's saying that the ROG Ally is a full screen experience, but the Xbox console will differ from a Windows PC and feel like a traditional Xbox console out of the box. The onboarding experience will be similar to what you get today on console. And if you choose, you can remain fully inside the Xbox ecosystem, never touching Windows. Exiting out to Windows will be for those who want to access games traditionally not on Xbox. And of course, here comes the fanboyism. PlayStation games on Steam. Oh, you mean of the billions of games on Steam? You'll be like, and PlayStation games on Steam. Bootleg. Bootleg. Stop being bitter now. Shame, shame. What a bootleg. PlayStation games on Steam. You tried it already. It didn't work. Tom Warren already tried it. You already tried it already. You already put Spider-Man on PC. They didn't spend $1,000 for an ally. They still hate Xbox. So, good try. Tom Warren already tried to do this. He's like, look, you could use the Windows experience to boot up Spider-Man from Steam. I'm playing it on an Xbox. Sorry, bootleg. They tried that already. It doesn't work. Everybody still hates Xbox, so try something else, because I think PlayStation games on Steam on a PC with an Xbox tramp stamp, I think you already prematurely used that already, and I think you used it too early, and now that holds no water anymore. Right? Right? Like I think they tried that already. Like they already tried to glaze that donut in June. And what I think is hilarious is this paragraph right here, I believe, was the same paragraph they described the Xbox ROG Ally. Wasn't the Xbox ROG Ally supposed to be, you boot it up, it opens up this Xbox OS, and it bypasses everything and shuts down processes. This is going to be an incredible... This paragraph was ripped from the description of the Xbox ROG Ally in June. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Yes, that's part of Grindhouse music. The bootleg Jazz song, I'll put it out there. I have to make I'll put it on a video for the Grindhouse, the VIPs. Like, come on, am I losing it? But isn't the June showcase, like when June showed up, weren't they talking about the ROG Ally doing this? The ROG Ally boots into the Xbox OS. It turns off Windows services. And it bypasses all the Windows stuff. That's what they were saying in June when they all had hands-on with the Xbox ROG Ally. And then all of a sudden, when it came out, it was like, oh, Windows update, Asus updates. Oh, it was just a PC, and it was just an app overlay. Oh, didn't we just learn our lesson 2 weeks ago that this whole, like, promise and feel like a traditional console? Well, the ROG Ally, go look at the reviews. It doesn't feel like a console at all. They said this is a PC. So I guess Microsoft has a lot of work to do. And you're telling me that they're going to do all this, and we'll explore this in 2 years. They're going to have a separate Xbox ecosystem. You want to know what? And then here, look at the next paragraph. You will be able to run PlayStation PC games like God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, and Spider-Man on the next Xbox. Purchase via Steam or Epic Games. You'll be able to play World of Warcraft on the next Xbox via Battle.net. You mean everything you could do on a PC right now? Really? Look at this fanboyism. Like, look at this. Is this supposed to get people excited? Like, guys, there's still hope that we could troll people on the internet. This is what I mean. Journalism? This is journalism. No quotes from sources. Nothing. Quotes are the quotes that we hear from Sarah Bond and Phil, that they just do these glazed quotes. What the fuck are your sources saying, bootleg? Where's your sources quote? Your Xbox will be playing your games library. Where's that quote? Because nobody has said that. Exactly. Hope. Faults. Glaze. Deflection. And the traditional people, the Parises, the Dusty Bins, all of them picked up this article and wanted to write about it. He even asked Paul Tassi to write an article about him because he wants this news spread. The positivity. And then going, oh, why is nobody talking about this positive article? Because it's bullshit. Where are quotes from his sources? Where's quotes from Microsoft about this private ecosystem? Well, let's explore that right now, because I need to explore this. And I'm going to ask you, the chat right here, well, 200 people here. Hit that freaking like button. I don't know how many likes we're at. I got to check. But I'm going to ask you, because let's really break this fucking thing down. Let's get more of 100 likes. We're close. So you're telling me, before I even move on from this, you're telling me that the next Xbox console, so first off, we know Xbox is not selling any more games in their stores anymore. Their console is washed up and it's not being sold in stores, right? It's very limited. They had one shipment in, right? Now, the console is so overpriced right now, and this is going to be a premium experience. But let's just look at the logistics. You're going to have a dual boot Xbox OS and full Windows. Now, let me ask you a question. You mean, so take the Series X that you have now. You'll have that experience, but then you press a button and it'll just boot up into Windows PC. Right? So you're telling me that I'll have my Xbox ecosystem playing natively on there on Xbox OS, and then I press a button, and then here comes all the Windows that I could do anything I want. Don't you think if that's what they were doing, why would they care about Xbox Play Anywhere? Why would they tell people right now that the Xbox ROG Ally is an accessory to your Xbox because you play your entire library like they said, but it's streamed over the internet through your console? We are talking about a native ecosystem. Now let me ask you another question. Why would they make the prices different now? Why would Xbox PC Game Pass on the Windows side be $15, but then on the Xbox OS, it's $30? And he's saying they'll drop the online play. So you're telling me the other tiers of Xbox Game Pass become not usable at all because nobody needs it. Nobody needs to subscribe to Game Pass anymore because they don't need online. So you're telling me that Microsoft is going to leave all that money on the table of Xbox legacy Xbox Live subscribers that just play GTA, that just play Call of Duty online, that just play NBA 2K. And they're going to say, you guys are free. We're not going to make you pay for online anymore. We are money grubbing out the ass, but guess what? You could put Steam on here and don't even have to buy anything from a store, but we're going to make you play online for free. Why would they have two different PC Game Pass prices that's half the price of console Game Pass? Both get day one games. If they were really moving to their next console to be a dual boot Xbox experience. And then on top of that, let's talk about not just the gamers, but let's talk about the developers. Who is going to develop for an OS partition? Who? Developers won't even develop for a whole ass Xbox console. They skip it. Who in the future is going to say, well, wait a second, I got to make now the Xbox OS partition version. I got to make the Windows Store version. I got to make the Steam version. I got to make the PlayStation version. Who on your list is using the Xbox partition? So I sell you an Xbox console, and there's the Xbox OS that plays your games natively. Fully inside the Xbox ecosystem. Nice and a closed garden. But then I press a button and it's an open garden. Well, that require who's certifying? Are they going to have certifications for that closed garden still? And what developers are going to develop for that closed garden? Are they going to be metrics shared? Like, well, 10% of our users are using the OS closed garden environment. The rest of them are just making it a Windows PC. And if you have the option, who is going to just buy games in that Xbox closed ecosystem? And who's going to make games for that Xbox closed ecosystem? It's an open platform with a walled garden. And then to say, well, wait a second, maybe they use emulation. Well, if they use emulation, they will need to do what they did with backwards compatibility. They will have to go and get all those licenses because you think that they're third-party publishers. You think Control from Remedy is going to say, "Oh yeah, you could just put this right over there. That's fine." Remedy's going to be like, "Oh, wait a second. You're going to need to make sure that our game is could be played on an emulator. So you're going to have to get approval to play our games on emulation because that's a new device." Hell, it happened to Call of Duty with NVIDIA. GeForce was taking Call of Duty and playing it, honoring your purchase. And Activision came in and said, "Oh no, NVIDIA, we're pulling our game from your store because we did not approve you to stream our games on other devices. You need a license from us, an approval for us to put the game on your cloud service so that you could put it on other devices." And that's through cloud. They would have to get that. And Activision pulled their Call of Duty off of GeForce. It wasn't until Microsoft bought Activision that it went back on, and they signed a 7-year deal. But before that, Call of Duty was taken off because NVIDIA was not allowed to just honor Steam purchases and just say, "Yep, we're emulating your computer in the cloud. You could play it on a phone." Activision's like, "Hell no, excuse me? You need to license that. That's our IP, and we did not approve those other devices." So you think Microsoft is going to create an emulator and just take your whole library and it's just going to work without them having to go back and get licenses? Hell, that's why they stopped the backwards compatibility. They had to make sure that they had to find out who was owning the game and licensing it in order to get it to work on the Xbox 360 emulation. So emulation's a whole other story. That's why I think your Xbox console experience is going to be a button that you press, and it's going to be a cloud environment. It's not going to be native. But let me listen to that. Let me tell you this. If Microsoft can make a console, I will, Hazo. A bootleg jazz song is coming up. It will be. It is a new bootleg song that you guys are going to hear at the end. So, if Microsoft, now this is just me talking, if they release a console, like, the size of a PlayStation, size of a mini PC, and it boots up into Xbox ecosystem, and you can play all your Xbox games, and then you press a button, and then it loads up Windows, and it's a Windows PC, and it works all with a controller beautifully, that might be something, that might be something interesting. But that's a huge, big I and big F, if. Because they sold this promise of this Xbox experience. And my other counter to this whole thing is, if they're going to just have an Xbox console experience on the future Xbox with controller in hand and everything, first off, how does all that other stuff work? Like quick resume and all that other stuff. And how do you have Windows 12, Windows 11 just sitting in the background cooking without Windows updates? But those are all other questions you got to ask. But my thing is why would they be investing so much energy in trying to make the Xbox app the overlay that fixes Windows when all they're going to do is be like, "Nah, man, here's Windows. If you want a game on Windows, game on Windows. But if you want that controller experience and that Xbox experience in your games, you're just going to get the Xbox OS right here on the partition or whatever like that." Like, why would they invest so much in trying to make a controller-friendly environment for their Xbox app when they have a controller-friendly environment that they according to him, it's going to be just there on the Xbox full ecosystem? It makes no sense. And how does the Xbox OS and this Xbox closed ecosystem, how does that benefit Satya? Because they don't like it right now. Because if they would be investing in the Series X and S, right? If their future is to create a traditional console experience outside the box, right? Then why are they abandoning their hardware so fast with the Xbox hardware consoles if that Xbox OS is coming with them to the next generation? Right? If that Xbox OS is coming with them to the next generation, then why would they seem to be kind of like fading that out and focusing more on the Xbox experience on PC? You know? Because their Xbox handheld would have an Xbox OS experience, right? But they chose not to do that. They chose to use Windows and their Xbox app as the future. So, a lot of questions, because it really doesn't match up to what they're doing. And just like I said 8 years ago, Phil was alluding to putting games on PC, and he did. And that's what I said was the future. I don't understand their future is still focusing on this, because this question of where does my Xbox games go that I bought on my console is still not answered. And they're saying their answer is stream it. Why would they be telling you to stream it if the plan is don't worry about it, they'll be native in the future? Wouldn't you think they'll be like, hey guys, you know what? For now, you could be streaming it there, but we're definitely working on plans to have these games be playing natively on future devices. Don't you think that they would kind of lead with that instead of just saying, oh, you could just stream them from your console? It's an accessory. Why would they do that? Shout out to Iconic Game with the 5 VIPs. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. But like, yeah, why would they? Grind this. Ask you in the chat. Why would they do that? Just wait. Some more. Welcome to all VIPs Ultimate Grinders. Let me add them up here. Just wait, exactly. Because when Sarah Bond was asked that, and these people that went up to him and asked them, they didn't answer that question. They said, just stream your games. Exiting out of Windows won't necessarily be for console faithful, but it'll be an option for those who want to access PlayStation games. Oh, man. Yo. Nice try, man. Nice try. So cute watching you flounder around. Like, this is supposed to be journalism. Like, this is journalism now. Like, tell me he's not bitter. Tell me bootleg not crying in a corner. Like, come on. How petty is he? Like, try to flex. Like, you see all these things? Exiting out of Windows, but it'll be an option for those who want to access PlayStation games. Yo, talk about somebody. Like, you really think that that's a flex? That's a flex. Well, you could sideload Windows and then Steam and then download the game and do that. And then you can play Steam. Here he is. Here he is. Yeah, let's hear him again. Let's hear bootleg.
The PlayStation fans are like, gotcha. And it's like, you got Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves and you're acting like it's this huge victory. Like,
my Halo Gears and Forza.
The PlayStation
there
fans
you go, you fucking bootleg.
It's like, you got Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves and you're acting like it's this huge victory. Like, it's the place.
Yeah. Halo being natively developed for PlayStation 5, and you got this dude, your Xbox community manager. The community manager at an Xbox Halo last event of the year for the Halo Infinite. You got that dude sitting there with a PlayStation shirt on, telling you that it's all coming to Xbox. And you're like, well, you can sideload Windows and then download Steam. You got this guy right here.
Starting with Halo Campaign Evolved.
I felt it. Still trying to comprehend how Halo is coming to PlayStation.
Halo is on PlayStation going forward, starting with Halo Campaign Evolved.
Still trying to comprehend how Halo is coming to PlayStation.
Halo is on PlayStation going forward, starting with Halo campaign evolved.
I felt a great disturbance in the Force. As if
Trying to comprehend how Halo
You
is
got
coming
Halo doing this. Dude is saying every Halo game is going to PlayStation at a Halo event. And then you got Bootleg trying to damage. But if you want to play PlayStation games, you could open up Windows and then you could do Steam, and then after Steam you could download it, and then you could play it in this experience, and we got them. We got them.
Like Zoinks.
Dude, it's such petty bullshit, man. It's such petty bullshit. But if you have a favorite, that's console warring. But this in his article is not console warring. This is so petty bullshit. Dude, there's 1 billion games on Steam. There's so many more games that are on there than on Xbox, but you're going, oh, the PlayStation games and other controller PC first games to access PlayStation games. Really? Dude, they're just going to buy a friggin' PlayStation. Nobody's doing this rigmarole $1,000 devices to play PlayStation games. Because what I ask you is what fucking games they're playing on Xbox. That's what I ask you, bootleg. What games are they coming to Xbox for? When you could just, if you like, well, I'm going to buy an Xbox $1,000 device with an Xbox experience, and then I'm going to boot up in the Windows environment, and then I'm going to download Steam and log into Steam so I can play Spider-Man and take a picture and go, ha! Dude, they're just going to buy a PlayStation and go play their PlayStation games and Halo. Simple as that, for half the price than the $1,500 console that this is going to be. Like you're gonna have jerk offs that are gonna be like, I love Phil Spencer and I bleed green. I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do, and they're gonna do some sort of ring around the rosy, reach around, rusty trombone version, and trying to get a PlayStation game on an Xbox, a Phil Ness branded console. And they go, dude, you have this. You have this.
PlayStation.
Halo is on PlayStation going forward, starting with Halo campaign evolved.
It's not even clearer than that. That's crystal clear right there. You don't need no rusty trombone reach around goddamn experiment like I'm going to find the way 12 degrees of Phil Ness to play a PlayStation game on this thing. If that's the thing, then you are a sucker. If that's all you're doing, you're going to spend $1,000 to try to do a reach around to get goddamn PlayStation games on it. Stupid. That's some petty bullshit. When Xbox is coming out there going, we love PlayStation, we're making the game for the PlayStation. You think that this is a flex? This is a flex for next gen? This is the got you back movement? And are you gonna play Wolverine on there too? Eventually. When you playing Wolverine on there? Next year? You playing Wolverine on that? Hello? Bootleg.
Like Zoinks.
Bootleg Wolverine
like
coming?
Zoinks.
Soros? When's Soros going on there next year? Everybody bought a ROG Ally last week for $1,000. You can't wait. You gonna play Wolverine next year with us? You playing Wolverine? And here they go. Well, Microsoft is working hard across the Xbox and Windows teams to optimize the platform for TVs and controllers, bringing the original, quote, Windows in the living room vision from the OG Xbox into fruition after 25 years. Dude, what? Who's excited about that? Windows in the living room. What? That's exactly what they fought Bill Gates for. Yeah, GTA is going to play it. You can't wait to play GTA on their Xbox. And then here we go. More marketing quotes. What are your sources saying? Where's the quote from the source that's saying all this is happening? AMD. Furthermore, thanks to new silicon from AMD already proved by Amy the Hood and Satya. Oh, shit. Whoa. They approved it, so that means it got to go through, right? This means that the OG Xbox back compat games and all 360 games. Oh, wait a second. And the current future Xbox games, everything is going to run natively. You mean like the Xbox right now? You mean the Xbox that's right now here? The Series X and S. They do that right now. All your Xbox OG games, all your 360 games, all your Xbox Ones, all your Series games. Why is this revolutionary? AMD does it right now with the Series X and S. That's why I'm like, well, wait a second. And maybe somebody in the chat could help me. What is in this AMD chip that allows Xbox backwards compatibility? When the AMD, is there going to be 2 chips? Is there going to be a Windows 11 and 12 chip and an Xbox OG chip? What is in the AMD chip that allows for Xbox backwards compatibility? Is there something? Or is he just taking the Sarah Bond line where like like backwards compatible? You want to know what's in it? Think about it. It's not is it a hardware limitation that they can't do backwards compatibility of Xbox games? Is there some magic in this chip? What are they talking about these chips anyway? Is it going to have an extra teraflop? No. They're going to have AI in them. They're going to have cloud bullshit in them. Because exactly, when they went back and talked about a hybrid console, they talked about a cloud hybrid. It wasn't a dual boot Xbox OS. And if they care about the Xbox OS, they will be pumping money into that shit right now. They're abandoning their console every day by the day, increasing the price. Don't you think if they want the developers to build for that console and the future of that Xbox, they would drop the price down of their dev kits, drop the price down of the console to get it in the market so that they make sure the developers will be making stuff for this operating system that will be future-proof? Instead, they're doing the opposite. They are weaning off the console. They are charging more money for it, more money for developer kits, more money for the services on it. They are weaning people off of that. Why would you do that if the future is that all those games that are built for that will work? What? Backwards compatibility. And what is in the AMD chip that allows for that? Is this emulation? How will they run natively? Is it through emulation? Is it just the Xbox OS? Nobody asks. But you tried to glaze this whole year that the ROG Ally, we just did it. It's an Xbox OS. And look what happened. They said stream it from the cloud. They said stream it from your console. You try to hype this thing all year with this ROG Ally. This is the future console. There's no way that you could play Xbox OS games natively on it. And they didn't even allude to it as something they want to do. They said stream your game from your console or stream it from the cloud. That's what they said. And why would they be saying such a thing when really they're going to make sure that it's all backwards compatible? Now, if they do an emulator and they start trickling games into it, then wait. Just like we did with every month we'll add 3 games to the Xbox emulator. And now you're waiting to play your old games on a $1,500 device, premium PC. And then here he continues. Here comes more damage control. Like any new console generation, developers will likely continue supporting the series consoles. Oh, with those increased dev kit prices. For several years after the new Xbox jumps in, over time, more and more games will get next-gen native Xbox versions too, targeting the specific configuration. AI-powered technologies like auto resolution and next-gen frame gen will boost Xbox games running on the new hardware. But developers will also have the option to target the new box directly with Xbox Play Anywhere versions and Xbox Smart Delivery. Smart Delivery? Dude, is that a quote from your sources? Is that something, like, where is this coming from? Because this sounds like he's just trying to figure it out. And I listened to the podcast. Like, meanwhile, Rand, this is hilarious. He's writing this article, and Rand is on the article going like, dude, we need to rename the podcast. like, dude, it's hilarious. Bootleg Jazz is writing this article about like, oh, isn't they going to do updated versions? And meanwhile, this is what's going on here. Look at this. Yo, where's this? He's writing these articles like this, and then where is he? I think it's hilarious. Yeah, here's Jez with his sources again.
How it's all going to play out. If we get to a point where it's like Halo, the next Halo's day and date on PlayStation, I think there's a problem, you know. I think that is an issue. I think that is giving Sony way too much credit, especially when Sony's strategy is to kill Xbox. I don't know why. I don't know anyone at Xbox who would support that strategy, but Satya Nadella sure would support it, I think.
Oh, yeah, he would. So would Tim Stewart, I think. So would Amy Hood.
Yeah. And because they only count the dollar signs, right? And on paper, it's like, well, if we support PlayStation, then we make this much extra money in the short term. But they never think about, like, the next year or the years ahead. What will the landscape look like if Xbox hardware completely dies off? You know, what will it look like if you give away your whole political advantage by having Xbox as a sort of anchor platform in order to compete with PlayStation and other companies purely on the basis of shaping what the industry looks like? If you give away all of that clout, then you're ending up in a situation they're in with Google and Apple right now, where Google and Apple won't let them do shit with AI, with search, all this other stuff. It's like the same mistakes they made with Windows Phone all over again. And it's so weird because Satya himself admitted that in an interview, that like if they kept Windows Phone going, maybe they wouldn't be in so much dire straits with some other aspects of their business right now. But you know, hindsight's 2020, and really what the shareholders want is a return on investment as soon as possible before everything else.
Exactly, Michael Ryan. They won't allow them to emulate their games. Man, if Halo goes there, it's over for the hardware. But meanwhile, he writes a whole article, hey, talking about devs will be giving updates to what games? What games? Janky Jones? Janky Jones gets an update? And why would Janky Jones get an auto super resolution update when it already runs on PC anyway? Janky Jones runs on PC anyway. Why would they need special development and auto super resolution for who? For the Xbox partition? An Xbox smart delivery for who? It's already on PC with unlimited power, unlimited resolution, unlimited frames. Why would devs need to then go in there and tweak it for the Xbox OS partition? We're talking about partitions. And what developer is going to make an Xbox OS ecosystem game and then going to make a Windows Store game for the same device? That is madness. They can't even get devs to make the game for the Xbox hardware. They're going to get devs to go, well, we need you to make the Xbox ecosystem version, and then we need to make you the Windows Store version of the game. And it will all be playable on the same device. You're going to make devs make two versions of a game for the same hardware. And does the Xbox OS or the Xbox ecosystem get certification? So one boot up gets certifications that needs to be done, and the other one just goes into the Windows Store with less certifications? Or they could put it in Steam and not worry about any of this shit? How much is this hopes? And how much is this just... Where's the quote from your sources that they're doing this stuff? You're just taking bits and pieces of bullshit that they announced in sizzle reels and trying to piece it together. But you realize that their whole ecosystem is shot because they just did exactly what you said. They put Halo on PlayStation. So why would they even make any hardware again? And while you're writing all that stuff, you got... Where is it? Is this it? You got Rand doing like this.
I mean, me and Jez have talked about it in the past. I mean, how they were he when the multi-platform stuff happened. I mean, he really came to me and was like, "Should we change the podcast?" And I was like, "Well," "You want some hard truths, Jez?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, "You hate Nintendo, and you don't play anything on PlayStation. I was like, we can't really. I said if I were to make a general podcast, and I said this to him, I'm like, it wouldn't include you.
So it sounds like the bootleg's fighting for his life right here. Because without an Xbox, this dude doesn't have a podcast, and he doesn't have a channel, and doesn't have Windows Central. They're going to be calling it Central soon. By the time they're done, it's not going to be Windows Gaming anymore. So this dude is just writing this stuff to stay afloat. And I remember somebody else, somebody named T with a D. Tim Dog said the same thing. You're fighting for your future, because right now you're just coming up with shit. You're just like you're coming up with this like, well, if this exists, then maybe I still have something to do. Rand just said he does not play PlayStation games. So what the hell is he talking about playing your PlayStation games on a handheld? Is that you only play them if they're in the Windows? You will not play them on a PlayStation? Really? Mr. Journalist? Mm-hmm. And here we go. The new technology Microsoft is developing alongside the fixed nature of hardware should eliminate a lot of inconveniences that sometimes come with PC gaming, like compiling shaders. Shouldn't be an issue on the new Xbox. Microsoft is also working on additional ways to reduce Windows overheads to benefit PC gamers, Xbox or not. Sounds like they're doing a lot of things to give the PC world a better optimization. But they're going to who's working on this? And here's speculation. What happens to Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass in this scenario? He thinks they get rid of, he says, right now, PC Game Pass gets all day one games. Right now, I'm told the current plan is that the next Xbox will have no paid multiplayer. It wouldn't make a lick of sense for PC to have a paid multiplayer and simply install Steam. What I expect is PC Game Pass is being rebranded, and the Game Pass website is PC Game Pass, de-emphasized. The idea of a per-device Game Pass doesn't make a huge amount of sense in a universe where Xbox consoles and PC merge. You know what I found glorious in this whole thing? Then on top of that, after Sarah Bond said that this was a premium device, he thinks this Xbox that's a PC and a Windows thing is actually going to be cheaper than buying an equivalent. He thinks this is going to be subsidized. He thinks this is going to be cheaper. So wait, it does everything and it's going to be cheaper. Dude, we call this the glaze. This is the pre-glaze. Because they're all going to run with this and go like, oh man, this next Xbox is going to be this. But what's funny, I think it's fair to say the next Xbox is more expensive than the PlayStation 6, but it could remain the most cost-effective onboarding for the PC world of gaming. A risky strategy with huge potential. I don't know why he keeps showing the handheld, because that has been a fail of Xbox since 2 weeks ago. Like, we didn't forget. The Xbox has this Xbox experience is the ultimate fail on here. That button launches Steam. And you're talking about this world where Microsoft is going to make these optimizations for this Xbox ecosystem, but then maybe PC doesn't get them. The same device having two different operating system type things. But what I think is funny with this whole article, and I'm skipping all this shit because he has it will come back like. Yeah. And then here comes the reality. After all that hope, execution is the key. The experience on the Xbox Ally isn't the best. Weird Windows quirks like user account control pop-ups surface, like Windows Phone games in a library. Windows Phone games, that's where those things showed up for me. Lack of community features. Things that have improved immeasurably. Microsoft started taking greater interest in this space, but it's unclear how quickly they can adapt of decades of programmable spaghetti that it's required for Windows to have a TV-first experience. On the ROG Ally today, the Xbox app still has responsiveness issues, and multitasking experience isn't always consistent. But next-gen isn't hindered by a hard deadline here. The landing strip I've seen for next-gen Xbox hardware has always pointed to 2027. They're going to fix all this in 2 years. The experience needs to be ready. Oh, really? Just like this ROG Ally needed to be ready. All this hope about the ROG Ally Xbox experience that they didn't give hands-on until like a week before. They told you not to do anything. But what I think, what's your take, Grinders? This is where we found that, you know what? You could only glaze people so much that they just kind of go, you know what? We've been through this before. We're done. You've increased the prices. You put Halo on PlayStation. You increased the prices of the console, the dev kits, the services. You took our last franchise that we had, the identity of Xbox, and put it on PlayStation. Like, you demoralized the whole entire fan base with all these stupid moves. That these articles anymore, they're not working. If they allow me to keep my extensive Xbox library and allow me to play Steam games after the recent, what seems like poor decisions, it will be a hard sell, but maybe I'm in. Xbox is dead. This is a PC as predicted. There's some glazing. Doesn't make sense for Microsoft to invest in two gaming ecosystems alive. So they opted for one that requires less custom development, both software, Windows already runs games, and hardware-wise. PC architecture. You could already do PC in the living room with big TV build, but this isn't even better with a so-called console peasants. You just buy a box and plug it in. Who cares that it's running underneath? You only need Xbox interface and run games. That's what the console's doing right now. Seriously, an Xbox console that's a PC underneath is one of the few great ideas coming out of gaming. Maybe more. There's a hope. Xbox is dead. This isn't an evolution at all. Microsoft couldn't compete, so they quit. The point of the console is a lockdown piece of hardware with games specific for it. This is just a PC. Steam Machine was the same thing and Valve did it. $1,200, but only a fraction of the power you could potentially get with a custom PC. Might as well buy a PC at that point. Nope. If it's anything like the Ally, it's DOA. Windows 11 PC that happens to play games is no bueno. Why? Millions of us games play on PC, so why is that bad? You're so afraid of it. You have your gaming box that plugs into your TV, you downloaded games. To a console user, it will be undistinguished from a console. Yeah, keep hoping for that. So you'll never buy or play a game unless it has an Xbox achievement support. There are millions of people who agree. I'll be shocked if you don't need a mouse and keyboard on the next Xbox, which I assume will be running Windows 12. But if they fix the updates and craft some proprietary upscaling, next gen. People are not buying this as much. Console gaming started as an inexpensive home to arcades. It evolved to be an inexpensive alternative to gaming PCs. In trying to close the gap between gaming PCs and consoles, the latter becomes so expensive that many players would rather just buy a PC. I'm not sure if there's a market for a next-generation Xbox. PC players will prefer to assemble their own machines, and console players would rather buy a less expensive device. That's exactly. This thing is falling right in the middle of two things that people don't want. The console players do not want a console that's a PC, and the PC players don't want a PC that's babied for a console. So where does this fit? Oh, why don't you ask the ROG Ally X where it fits? Because Xbox guys bought the ROG Ally thinking it's an Xbox. It doesn't play all their games. And it boots up into Windows with Windows updates and took 4 hours to set up. Console guy don't want that. And a PC guy just says, I'm going to put Steam on there because I'm not dealing with Windows on a 7-inch screen. So, where's the ROG Ally X fit? And this is what I mean. They're between a rock and a hard place. And right now, their messaging sucks. Their marketing sucks. And this is an Xbox is not taking off. So, right now, and they just took their last franchise and put it on PlayStation. Basically, they just told people, go get a PlayStation. You get Gears, you get Halo, you get Forza. And you could buy it when it goes on sale. And you don't need to subscribe. And on top of that, you're going to get to play Wolverine, GTA 6, Soros, Intergalactic, Ghost of Yote, Astrobot, Death Stranding 2, Sea of Thieves, everything. On a console. On a pro console that plays better than the Xbox. So for console players, they will go buy a PlayStation. Unless they really just hate the brand, then they just will quit gaming altogether. We've seen that. Which that's ludicrous. Or they'll get a PC and wait for those PlayStation games and play all the PC games. But they could bypass the whole Xbox store completely because they don't need Xbox. They could just use Steam. They don't need an Xbox anymore. Nobody needs Xbox anymore. Just put the games where I play and you go away. We don't need you. We don't need your button. We don't need your services. We don't need your cloud. Your cloud is the worst cloud. GeForce is much better than you. PlayStation Cloud plays 4K. You want people to pay $30 a month so they could get 1440p? You get 4K on the PlayStation. You get 1080p 60 on the friggin' PlayStation Portal. Your cloud is the worst. And you were the one that talked about it first. What did I always say? Microsoft always puts their head out there first, and then somebody comes along and does it better. NVIDIA, PlayStation, does it better. And Microsoft's the one talking about a cloud. And that's right, Alex. And we saw a lot of PlayStation, Xbox fans move over to PlayStation after Gears. There'll be a few people that stick around for this thing. And again, just to kind of like put it in reality, if there is a console that's like $1,100 that is an Xbox, sits on your TV and has a great user interface with Xbox, and then you press a button and you're in the Windows 12 environment that's controller friendly, and you could control all Windows and play all your Windows games from Steam Library, Epic Store, all that stuff, and it's one console that sits underneath your TV and it does PC stuff and Xbox. Yeah, I'll get it, and I'll sit right next to the PlayStation. Wonderful. I do that now with my laptop hooked up to my projector, and I got a remote control that moves the mouse, and I try to have a console version like that. But if they're gonna make a controller friendly environment that boots between two systems, brings my library of Xbox games that I have, like Master Chief Collection, which does not play anywhere, by the way, I might be up for it myself and buy that. But that's a huge I and a huge F. We don't know. And the way Microsoft executes, it probably will never happen. And the way that they are, and know what this sounds like, and what Jez's article is? Listen, in a perfect world, in a world where Microsoft actually gave a shit about gaming and investing and all that other stuff, maybe a world that was maybe 10 years ago, if they did, maybe I'll say, oh yeah, well, this sounds like they could do it. But dude, they canceling games left and right. Perfect Dark, Contraband, Everwild. They're shutting down studios. They are descaling. And all this stuff, this optimization, this dual boot, we're going to maintain one Xbox ecosystem and then also evolve the Xbox app and that ecosystem. You know what it sounds like? A lot of work and a lot of research and development and money. And we saw how effectively they promoted the Xbox ROG Ally as their Xbox.
Xbox hardware. Our
And you saw how they took care of their Xbox app, dude. They put it out there in alpha build and launched it for $1,000. They don't have the patience and they don't have the money for research and development for this. And why would they spend money in researching and developing an Xbox OS and a Windows OS? on a same hardware. And would it have the features of the series consoles? Like it's just crazy. And how does the Xbox OS benefit Satya? He wants to sell you Copilot. He wants that Copilot AI. He wants all those Windows functions, OneDrive, OneNote, Teams, and all that stuff to collect data on you. Why would he want you to buy that device that has Windows where he could collect all that stuff on you and say, oh, no, I don't want to go into Satya mode. I'm just going to go into my closed Xbox ecosystem and stay away from all those Windows background tasks that are going to track me. Just like Sarabon said, that friggin' AI that's like, oh, we know your gaming habits and it will know where you live and all who you are and your gaming profile, all to tell you to go straight in the game. Oh, I don't want that. I'm just going to boot up my Xbox console and I'm going to go into the safe Xbox ecosystem where it's just a closed store and I don't have Windows tracking me. Really? That sounds like the future of what Satya wants. He just put Halo on PlayStation. He didn't give a shit about what fans thought. And he did it at the biggest Halo event ever. The Master Chief Championship. All Xbox and PC hardcore people, and he announced the game coming to PlayStation. And had the dude in a PlayStation shirt. Dude, that's wearing like a giant shirt to an Eagles game. You imagine that? You go to the Xbox community event and you go there and it's all Xbox and Halo and then you got the community manager showing up in a PlayStation jersey. Dude, that's like wearing the Giants jersey going to the Phillies, the Eagles game. Like, what are you doing here? That's Satya not giving a shit about what fans think. And also announcing Halo the original to people who live and breathe Halo and can play it in their sleep. That's what they wanted. They want the new content. They want the new story. They want the expansion to Infinite. What's going on? What happened? The disconnect is there. You increased the price of hardware. You increased the price of the services. No apology needed. You didn't do apology or anything. You then dropped a $1,000 ROG Ally with Alpha Xbox Experience full screen version. We're learning. And you think that they're going to spend the time and money to get this right? Dual boot and protect, and then also we're going to work hard to make sure the Xbox ecosystem partition doesn't have the evil Windows 12 stuff. But you could go there if you want to play the PlayStation games. Why would Satya make them waste time in building a closed Xbox ecosystem when they're abandoning the Xbox hardware console ecosystem right now? And Satya can't track you with Windows background processes. Even the ROG Ally X doesn't shut down all the processes. It just turns off taskbar on some startup apps. I know, Alex, right? The biggest PlayStation logo I've ever seen. So it doesn't seem like the future they're going to let this maybe sound like what they want to do or what they plan on doing. Who knows? He may have a contact that sounds like, hey, you know what? We want to make it native. We would love to make it native. We're going to be working with AMD to try and make native games, and all your library will come. And they might think like, yeah, this is a wish. This is like a long-term wish, but we would like it to happen. That's why there's no quotes from the sources in his article at all. The only quotes are the public quotes that we heard when Sarah Bond was glazing AMD and glazing their hardware. Those are the only quotes that we have. There's no quotes from his sources saying all your games will be playable day one. No. All your Xbox games will be downloadable day one on this new. Nobody said it yet. And until we hear it from them and then we see them execute it, because they may say, well, here's 10. We'll be adding more over the months. Will we even get to this hardware? The way things are going now, who even knows if we even get to releasing this thing and this thing all gets scrapped and they just say, you want to know what? That's what we wanted to do. Here's an Acer PC. Check out for the Xbox sticker. And that's what they turn it into. Because it sounds like that's what it is. Because I can't see them take another year and a half of making something like this ambitious, happen. Because they didn't even do it now with the Asus ROG Ally. Exactly. Josh said, we were told it's up in the air 2 weeks ago. Exactly. Who even knows the way they're going? You can't even buy, listen, you can't even buy a friggin' Xbox and they're not even selling games in the stores anymore. What do you think? Devs are happy about that? I was just at Best Buy. Best Buy, they don't have no Xbox games at all. They have a wall of PlayStation games and 2 walls of Nintendo games. No Xbox software at all. They got controllers and they got some accessories. That's it. And I think they have a console or so in the front. But there's no Xbox games. You think that attracts publishers? You think that attracts developers? The fact that stores are not carrying, like, I could see if all the stores got rid of all the games, but they're just getting rid of the Xbox games. You think the publishers are going to run? I can't wait to make an Xbox. Microsoft is not making physical versions to half their games. So, and what happens in this future with your disc-based games? Like, what happens to people that collect all the physical? Because remember, the Xbox Series X, they have a disc in it. So what happens to all your physical games? Is there a conversion program? But you just told me all my games are going to work. Well, what happens to my disc-based games? Does this thing have a disc drive? Did your source tell you that? Nah. Those are the hard questions that the blogger don't ask. That's why this is a very hopium article. This is like, well, let's put some things together and think about what it could be. And then when it doesn't happen, you just be like, well, my sources said that was the idea at the time. And we're back into glazing mode. And we got back to the bootleg. Speaking of the bootleg, grinders. Incredible show tonight, grinders. Hit that like button. You got back to the bootleg. Back to the bootleg song is coming your way. We're going to be doing some more music, more entertainment. Grindhouse is cooking. Frogs, you'll get on the next show. Get ready, grinders. You earned it. Let me make sure I got all the chats. We got the members. We're good. Hit that like button. Share it out. And let me get you your new song that you earned this evening. It'll be good. Who knows? But where is it? Here it is. Is this one? Oh, no, that one. Here we go. Hit that like button, grinders. The bootleg's back. Back in a bootleg mood. Gaming, Grindhouse music. Oh, yeah.
Bootleg jazz is back in town. Selling dreams that all fall down. Hardware piles in a corner stack. Who's gonna buy when the shelves push back? Xbox and a PC. What's the deal? Stacking up boxes, no appeal. Nobody wants it. No one cares. Dust in the wind. Just empty stairs. Nobody wants it. What's the game? More of the same. Just shifting blame. I'll shift and blame. Oh, my shift and blame. Les writes words like shiny gold, but the truth feels bought and sold. Promises are more like we forgot. The old gear sits there left to rot. Oh, what are we doing here? Stacking tech, nobody cheers. Round and round the cycle spins, but this ain't a race. Anyone wins. Nobody wants it. No one cares. Controllers click, click like a heartbeat. Couch throne feels like a front row seat. Pixel dreams on a flat screen stage. PS5 or Xbox in this digital age. PlayStation got your Xbox games. Halo, Gears, and Forza, ain't it a shame? Halo, Gears, and Forza, ha ha, reclaim. PlayStation got your Xbox games. Trigger fingers quick, no cheat codes here. Battlefield's buzzing, we got no fear. Dual sense magic in the palms of kings. Xbox try, but it just don't sting. Crosswise in the console fight. Which side owns the neon night? PlayStation got your Xbox games. Halo, Gears, and Forza, it's all the same. Halo, Gears, and Forza, ha ha, we reign. PlayStation got your Xbox games. You call it a war, but it's all just fun. In this game of pixels, we all have won. Achievements unlocked, trophies in hand. We're just players in a virtual land. PlayStation got your Xbox game. Halo, Gears, and Forza, Xbox game. Halo, Gears, and Forza, Xbox game. PlayStation got your Xbox games.